Do you see it, Hank? Do you see it? You want me to do it?
Do I have to choose go what?
No.
Sorry.
We are live, by the way. We are all live, and everybody's seeing us.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
I don't know what's happening yet, but we can all assume I'm talking to at least one of you.
Yep.
So
We
let's.
had last minute problems with
No,
the
we
computer.
The computer sucks. Let's go with that. It says viewer 0 on XSplit right now, so assuming that's correct, it should be fine for the next foreseeable few minutes. So
Yeah, but when they watch this later,
they'll skip this part. There's
We
no.
will. We want to get going around 6:05.
There's no Star Wars here. So it's 6 p.m. Where is your family? I don't
is
know.
that it?
Where is your tab?
Where are your parents?
I ended up there. It's that one.
You need to tab manage.
I know what every tab is. I don't need to manage it. But I
It
know
doesn't
what
even
they
leave
are.
room for the icons. Again, we are live. Feel free to talk, people.
Well, hey,
Alright.
Brett, what are you doing here?
Watching a movie and nothing else.
You are a newly free man.
Finally divorced. Wow. Finally. I'm so happy for you.
All right, put it down that circus. Hi, everybody. Can we get the feed back up and see if anybody's in the chat, Henry? Put it down on the table,
Certainly.
perhaps.
We do. I see Moan First Alone.
Boom! Moan first alone.
There he is there.
Is that
Hi,
a wig?
Moan.
Is that a wig on the table, yo? Not anymore, motherfucker.
Oh, I know Moan First Alone is probably more excited about next week's stream.
Who's ready for some motherfucking Star Wars? Says Jason Walsh. Hi, Kayla. Token girl.
Next week's stream is Rocky
Stacy
4.
Pro, what is going on? I can't get my wig on this time.
I thought that was your real hair.
Help me. No, it doesn't pass
It's
through
my real
hair at all.
hair.
Just
You look way better with this.
I'll put it on.
Hi, I'm Chris. This is our buddy Sam, and this is Big Baby Brett Brelston.
Never heard of him.
Brett Brelston joining us now, a free man. Thank God we could finally. Woo! First later stream of the week to Sam Harrison, Shaxpert, Purify Level, Johnny
and-
Oga, ZZ Peasy, Retro Game Dave, Jamie Carrera. How is it going, everybody?
And in case you didn't know, this is live for everybody.
This is
So
live for everybody.
Tell the people that they can go to lasertimepodcast.com and watch it. I'm going to retweet it again.
Tweet that we're live right now. Get your copy of Star
getting
Wars
it.
right now. We have we timed it out so you are paused right when the movie says
Wars.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Now,
What should I tweet out?
You should tweet out.
What's the link? Give me
I don't know. Maybe watching Star Wars live. # Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
All right.
How about all lives matter?
Lando
Thank you.
Lives Matter. Phil the Guy, Kiefer S, Denim Harry,
Fun fact, the
Ben
Mormon
Campbell,
Church-
Nuka Cola. What is up, guys? Connor Wade.
I did not leave Capcom to start my dream career of writing erratic Star Trek fan fiction
You didn't?
Erratic.
because that veers too close to toys having sex, which I do not agree with.
Man, I have a pitch
It's
for
the
you that's going to
lifestyle
go
you- the lifestyle you
nowhere.
don't agree with.
So yeah, we.
How do I have a lifelong
I
history
thought you
of
were progressive.
people wanting my toys to have sex with each other? The
Easy
toy.
Peasy says Brett looks
What about
thin.
sex toys?
I want you to.
No, it's 'cause I look fatter.
I want you to imagine like Toy Story if it were real, and the toys then have to sit there rock solid in their toy poses while
Rock
while you
solid.
bang them together, and then afterwards apologize to each other for hours.
How do you feel about sex toys having sex with each other? Two dildos going at it.
Huh?
sort of like Friday.
I feel like if that's their job though, when they're not on duty, they'll be like, "Look, man, not now. Like this is my off
I
time.
leave that shit in
I'm
the
just,
office.
I'm just a regular dildo."
So this is do you want to be Ted Diddleo once again when you have the wig on?
I guess I'm Ted Diddleo.
Ted
except my hair would
Diddleo.
be 2 feet long and I'd be 60 pounds heavier.
Oh, yeah.
And zero sex ever.
I changed jobs for this. Says Jason Walsh.
You up to
Flower here,
5%
Mark
now on
Hasler,
the sex?
Sarah. How's it going?
Oh, Dave.
Oh,
Dave,
my goodness.
Oh yeah, Dave is
Diamond
sitting
Dog
out
Dave
to
Bird is
make
on
room.
assignment at
we have-
Magician Camp once again.
We have two special guests. We had to make room, and besides, Dave doesn't care about Star Wars like we care.
I can't believe you said that. You said that to me. Like, yeah, Dave doesn't care about Star Wars, and then like he came in, he's like, I don't.
He seems slightly hurt by that, but I was referencing.
I'm your friends, though.
I was referencing, guys, the Cape Crisis last week, which Chris was not on.
Mm-hmm.
But Dave talked about how he barely read he hadn't finished the Star Wars book, and he said he felt no real connection to Star Wars.
That's bullshit.
Not like how he feels with Back to the Future.
So that Star Wars comic right
That's
now
how I
is
feel
so
about Back to
damn
the
good.
Future.
Really?
It's fine. I've seen it like 4 times, and I'm like, they're fine.
All right. You got to promise me not to drop that mic.
That Star Wars comic is.
I don't know where I'm going to put it.
You don't
otherwise.
work here. It's not insured for you.
I can't put it here and sit. Otherwise, I can sit. Otherwise, I can watch the movie right
oh
here.
goodness, that is pretty awkward.
This is the 2 choices.
You can you move it back a little bit? There you go. Isn't that comfy?
Ugh.
Ooh, his face. It's overcast.
It's wider than white normally is. It's fine. We'll watch
Could
the
be
movie.
worse. You could look like this: big, jagged teeth, fat, jolly jowls, warding off predators over here. Look at the fucking voice you're making me take on just from coming in here screaming like a wop.
You're overdoing it.
Which I can-
You fucking dago
You
piece of
fuck-
shit.
Hey, you don't talk to me like that. You fuck. I was gonna say something really
What?
bad. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I cannot disagree
Hey,
with
We're
the
say
live
character.
Say you
here,
know I like
Chris.
those
No,
words.
no.
That's a live microphone you're talking into.
Maron.
And I will be the first person to write an essay about your problematic portrayal of a race.
I
When I was in that character for Halloween, my friend was Luigi, and I was like, it's very fucking disrespectful to the Italian-American community to dress as a fucking plumber like that. How dare you?
on Columbus Day of all days. It's our day.
He was a hero.
Henry, where'd you get the Steven Universe shirt?
A t-shirt
Internet.
website. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's
Jesus
called
Christ.
Looking It Up on my phone.
You spent money there.
I did.
Yeah, guys.
This
in about-
fucking wig is hot. I'm
I
taking
don't
this
know.
shit off.
I know that's why I,
I don't
took
know.
it
There's
off.
like 80 fucking shirt sites. All I know is that
How can I
bought-
remember where I spend my money?
All I know is that I got this shirt from a place that paid no person who owns this any money. So, Steven Universe. What I
Oh
mean is,
shit! It's Connor Waits is missing a pretty good Raw for this.
oh yeah, what's happening on Raw? Keep me
Don't
up to
spoil
date.
it.
Token Girl
okay.
is expressing some discomfort with not being the only Token Girl in the stream. Is that really happening?
Wait, there's more than
I don't
one
know.
girl watching.
I don't know.
You don't know how I
Um,
identify.
Oh my God, he's bald, says Sila. What a reveal!
It went by already, but someone asked about my blue hair. But I haven't had blue hair since 2006.
You're a blue-haired beauty. I think that's what he was
Uh,
saying.
I think it's like silvery, kind of looks a little bit
Is
blue.
that Elton John? Mm-hmm. Blue-haired Betty?
Man,
I'm getting gray, though, that's for sure. I had pink hair for a
Salt
while.
and pepper.
Now it's just gray.
Oh, look at that! 2 women. I don't believe it, even though I know who both of you are.
What a
Wow,
hell.
2 ladies.
I'm looking for a new guma. So
I
you
know from looking through our Patreon and setting up every address that I really don't think there's more than 2 women that give us money on Patreon. Just I'm making
Maybe-
assumptions based on names, but
You should Brett Elton
Just assume
John.
that every
I like
Alex
that.
and
when do we
Sam
start the movie?
Matt
There's a
Hackett.
girl.
And Matt Hackett is here.
Matt Hackett.
Oh my goodness. Jesse, Michael Plaskett, of course, is here. Good to see you again, buddy. Yeah, we will get started in about. Let's give it everybody 2 minutes to get in 2 minutes. But right now, our file is 22 seconds in. We are paused right when the words "a galaxy far, far away" comes up. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Right when that becomes full on the screen, we will tell you when to cue your pause buttons. Pause right there. In 2 minutes, we're gonna get going.
you know we suffered through all that Star Wars, all those prequels.
This is all I wanted to do.
Now we're finally.
I
with
don't
the
think
good stuff.
I don't think I've watched this movie since like 2004.
Really?
Is episode 1 really as bad as it's
Oh,
remembered?
yeah.
It's
pretty
so
bad.
fucking excruciating and long and stupid. It feels
really
like there
bad.
should be a big video game in between because the cutscenes are meaningless and without purpose.
You
Yeah.
have more fun watching the bad parts because like then there's 30 minutes of nothingness. Like,
yeah.
actually, that's Attack of the Clones is even worse than that.
In high school, 2 people I was friends with who now they're both pieces of shit, I realize. But at the time, I was friends with them, and they were dating, and they had an argument where he made her cry because she thought the first 3, the prequels were better, and she deserved to cry for that.
Look, I'm now of the age, the sentimental age. If there's a younger generation who really likes them,
I watched when I was
good.
younger. They were like, I thought they were like fun, but like
Yeah,
I knew the older ones were better.
it's recording.
Okay.
I got it.
Cool. I just wanted to double check.
Prequels will always be the thing you get through to get to episode 4. I don't know why people don't start with 4 always, as Mark Hasler. Of course, the hatchet order Michael was talking about. What was it? You go 4?
The machete.
Machete order. 4, 2, 3,
I don't know.
5,
no.
6.
No, 4, 5, 2, 3.
4, 5, 2, 3, 6.
Once you end.
Why did you put all that garbage in front of Jedi? Jedi's a really good movie, and I will defend it
Well,
live.
because
Jedi's
once you,
fine. I love Jedi.
So they do it because once you finish Empire, you're like, wait, Luke Skywalker is dead as Darth Vader? How did that happen? Then you watch 2 and 3.
Would you
and
like
find
3
out-
hours of that explanation? Because it's more you get of Luke.
5 hours.
It's-
5 hours of that explanation.
4, 5, 2, 3, 6. No one. But we're gonna get started in 1 minute. 1 minute, people. Get ready.
Yeah,
Be paused on a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
And I do believe this is
22
the
seconds.
most recent HD edition, I think. But I think that it's just tiny differences for anything past 2004.
Oh, we're not watching like a VHS.
No, it should-
Or not a Laserdisc rip of
THX
the
version?
original.
No,
or
we're watching the
whatever.
Blu-ray version. The
Who
Blu-ray
shoots
version.
first in this one?
Unfortunately, they shoot at the same time.
slightly, yeah.
Who?
You will see.
Fucking
It looks.
stupid middle
There are too
ground.
many things in here that looks.
Fuck that.
The CG has not been updated enough.
Wait, but who shits first?
Who shits first? I'm guessing me.
Nobody poops in space.
I'll race you for that.
See, all right, guys, we are about to get
One bathroom
started.
in this place.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us, we are about to get started with our Star Wars stream. You should be paused.
Episode 4, A New Hope.
You should be paused at the screen where right when it comes in full view a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. We are 22 seconds into the file. It might differ for you, given if you have a Disney logo or a Lucasfilm logo
Pizza Hut promotion.
or a Fox logo. But this one has the Fox logo, so that's why we're 22 seconds in. John, we look at this Blu-ray is locked up, but we'll keep you updated with some credits. We'll let you know where we're at. But we're gonna get started right now on the count of one. Unpause your files.
1.
3, 2, 1. And we should hear a big blam at some point.
Kabam!
This still feels good.
Great opening.
It's too small. I can't read it.
Getting smaller.
Did you see?
Why are we moving away from the
Zoom
logo?
in.
Did you happen to see our
Episode
buddy's
4.
Chris Baker's Instagram from today?
A New Hope. No.
I saw it. I
And
didn't.
he said, like, this is one of. I consider this a claim to fame. 10 years ago, I wrote the last paragraph in a title crawl for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And he's like, it's just this blurry standard definition paragraph that he wrote in one of these barely readable crawls.
Quick, Henry, read it.
During the battle, rebel spies
Damn
managed to
Jesus.
steal secret plans to the Empire ultimate
he card
weapon,
read good.
the Death Star, an armored space station with enough power to destroy an entire planet. I want people to know exactly what's coming up.
DJ Sarsaparilla says, "Wublub dub dub dub."
The Death Star.
So originally,
Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, Princess Leia races home aboard her starship. Custodian of the stolen plans that she can save her people in the galaxy, blah, 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 blah. Alderaan is fucked.
so I read
Princess Leia's
IMDb's
fucking
trivia
hot,
page,
huh?
and I thought I kind of knew.
in that bikini in the third movie. It's like,
I thought I kind of knew all the Star Wars trivia, but now I know a lot more. I've learned a bit more since from reading this.
If you get desynced, it's pretty easy to to get resynced.
I would hope so.
Because we can kind of call stuff out like it's still stationary right now.
yeah, we don't all have to be the exact same millisecond either. It's
And
panning down.
panning downwards.
There's a
there's a
little planet in the
little
distance, a
thing.
bigger planet,
Yep.
and then cheese wedge.
It's
I don't
Earth.
see one.
And then
no.
inexplicable to all science, an even bigger planet.
And there's the small thing,
Still looks good.
and then the
What
big
is that?
Star Destroyer coming to get you.
What is that called? The cruiser? Corellian?
It's a Corellian cruiser, yeah. So this original,
How do I remember?
What a nerd.
So this original
nerds.
shot here, this original shot here,
That's so cool.
They
I'm
retook
sorry.
it a million times. They worked super hard on it because they knew this was the make or break shot for
Sure.
the movie if they couldn't get it
It
right.
looks fucking
still
amazing.
really
It still
good.
looks fucking amazing.
That looks so fake. That
And you will
robot,
see-
they're not even there.
When Lucas throws in all that CG, the moving gets jarring
Yeah.
and it's just asynchronous.
yeah, it still looks beautiful 70s like sci-fi right
Seriously,
These
that's my tape.
those guys' hats don't look practical. They'd be they'd be really hindering to battle.
Yeah, they aren't very good hats. I have
They're like
to
bouncing
say.
around. Look like they easily fall over your eyes.
Really do. Like I want.
They can make you a bigger
I
target.
want all my fighting for. No, that's not Vader's.
Here comes
So-
my favorite shot of this whole opening is when it cuts to one of these goons
What, looking at the
who just
door
is
being blown
looking,
up?
and I'm like, this guy has to have a toy.
I'm sure everybody has.
What's
a-
that?
Oh, here we go. So looking around,
Hearing some.
Those don't look like they're good helmets.
And they don't stop blasters from killing you.
No.
So I don't know what
The
the.
series is the dumbest uniforms. I disagree, Matthew J. I like them quite a bit.
I like them too. I'm just saying. Like, look at that. It's like off. It's like off. It's not on balance.
I know
Matthew
how-
J. wonders why the vest and khakis are considered tactical.
Hey, what if they had any body armor?
We're gonna
Yeah,
defeat Vader. I need cargo
I
pants.
think the stormtroopers have better. Have
Way
a lot
better.
more protection.
Although they don't seem to do that much either, but they at least
No.
look like they do.
John Wheelgood says, relish this, the most effective the stormtroopers ever are.
Yeah, they actually hit a few dudes.
Yeah.
But like the first thing that you see is one of the stormtroopers getting shot and dying.
Fake lasers.
Like, what good is any of this armor if the most basic, like
I know.
standard issue
I was just
rifle,
gonna say,
like
at least the stormtroopers have armor, but that doesn't do shit.
yeah,
Like, it just-
that guy got hit in the chest, immediately dead. The first stormtrooper on screen is dying.
people should know that as the smoke just came up on screen, a big cloud of vape just came into my
Yeah,
eye.
it was
Bruh.
this movie's in 4D, Sam.
tell the fans what flavor you're vaping today.
This would be. Is this called Space Jam?
Space Jam.
All right, that shows you right there how bad the stormtroopers are. They couldn't hit
That is Scooby Doo.
a tiny like wibbling droid there. Hey, who's this guy?
Hey, our first Darth Vader. Hey, Darth
there it
Vader,
is.
did you see that thing I did earlier? Shot that guy. Come
So-
on, compliment me.
So here's a quick bit about Darth Vader. That he's played by David Prowse, who was a Bristol native and had a Bristol accent, and which is very like, I guess you'd say Stephen Merchant has that same kind of accent.
Hello, lady.
Ooh, physical media still exists in the Star Wars universe.
But that he wanted his
Is that
voice.
the Zune?
He did all his acting with his voice. Like, he did the voice acting to play the part, and he was very offended that they replaced his voice with James Earl Jones.
Right. Well, he's
He can
wrong.
go fuck himself. James
Yeah.
Earl Jones is way better than him.
Well, if he even
Got a 360 red ringing in the background back there.
Michael Plaskett says Darth Vader, played by John Earl Candy.
I wouldn't mind hearing Stephen Merchant redo Darth Vader's lines. That'd be fun.
Well,
That'd be dreadful.
and apparently on the set they called him Darth Farmer because he sounded like a British farmer.
Now
Oh,
I
that's
am
a
the
lot.
master.
So many iconic shots.
traitor, Princess Organa.
Oh god,
Everyone's
so lame.
Kennedy says, "Oi, get
Oh.
us plans, mate."
Choke slam.
Oof, I love this. The sound of his neck breaking scared me so much as a kid.
Let's see if they edit it out.
Turn me on, huh? Oh boy.
Well,
Leather
they're
boots.
Diplomatic mission.
Where's the ambassador?
Oh no, hey, still in there.
He didn't really want to know very bad. He wanted to kill him.
That guy took the shittiest bump ever. Redo.
He did.
Send him back.
I want them
Send him back to the
alive!
performance center.
If it was The Rock, he would have sprung up backwards on his hands.
See, this is a fact. This is a fact. So many people forget about Star Wars. Is that Vader's very like
Oh, compensating much later. I see the size of that gun.
Vader's very sarcastic and jokey. All that like
She's
kind
a
of
better
snotty.
shot than all of the soldiers.
That's the only time.
That's the only
anybody
time you
used
see a
anything
ripple
to-
beam.
That's the only time anybody doesn't shoot to kill in Star Wars. I think.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Rules are for the ruled, C-3PO. Is David Prowse
Did
dead?
you call
Does
him
he need to be-
overweight?
No, David Prowse is still
So
Doc,
what is-
is still Chewie. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, David
Ooh.
Prowse is dead.
Sarah Tolan is
Chewie's
pointing out
still
that
alive, Peter
didn't
Mayhew.
Prowse get banned from official Star Wars stuff because he was such an ass about
Yeah,
all this?
he bitched about it all the time.
And
Maybe
Nuka
right.
Cola says, "Yep, Lucas hates him."
Yeah. Eh.
Oh, love that.
Maybe shoot it anyway because there's droids. Stupid.
Are like
That's
lasers
like
that
that.
finite? Seems like you can just shoot a million of them.
Yeah, we're running
Just
out of
shoot one
lasers.
laser.
Hold on, my clip is out of lasers.
Darth Vader's scariness has been destroyed more than Freddy's. He's a cartoon. He's a Pez dispenser. He's a bobblehead.
Hey,
It's
there's
true.
money
Like
to
they
be
do
made,
spend
man.
2 movies building him up as like the main, like the oh shit guy. Anytime he's on screen, you're like, oh shit. It's Darth
I love
Vader.
how shitty she is to Vader here,
Yep.
but unfortunately they don't realize they're related. That
Spoiler, Hank.
I know my mask is pointed at the ceiling, but I assure you, I'm making eye contact. I don't know what voice that's supposed to be.
Sounds like Skeletor. I like it.
When I'm looking,
so
Go punch a portal.
in the original release, James Earl Jones was not credited. He was afraid of
yeah.
having his name attached to a possible flop because nobody thought Star Wars would be a success. They thought like,
Look at
oh,
the
this
butts
is
move.
ridiculous. This,
It's still to this day. It's so successful because of the deals Lucas signed. We're like,
Yeah.
I don't want any upfront money. Just let me do some toy shit. Toys? Who would make a toy out of a movie?
yeah, he took very low pay for a director.
can't believe Skeletor worked at Fox.
Yes.
Especially a
I
very
liked American
successful
Graffiti.
director.
Carte blanche. You can have your toys, Lucas. Life Day? What's that?
You know, that's an okay Vader outfit, but I think the ultimate form of Vader is an Empire.
It could definitely use go with a little like I don't know, glass lens polish.
Some shine.
It's a little cheap.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Mostly like a Vader costume more than an actual Vader.
Right over the GoPro.
The first wipe, man. And so now here's the real heart of Star Wars: two droids bitching at each other while stuck somewhere. You don't know how.
I'm literally
Retro Game Day points out the Empire signifies rank by how many Jolly Ranchers they have on their lapels. I don't have to respond to you. There's only 4 tridents.
So I feel
live footage of an actor about to die.
Yeah, looking at this in real Tunisia, this is. I feel so bad for both Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't they make a robot with like better articulation?
It's much too rookie. Much too rookie.
He walks like a dude in a costume. Like why didn't they just make a robot that
what
like
you don't
walks
understand
better?
is that the robot was designed for a skinny gay man to fit inside. And
so here's another fact about voice acting and stuff. When they hired him, they did not intend Anthony Daniels to be the voice. Like they just recorded his voice stuff, and Lucas was like, "I'll just hire a voice actor for it." He interviewed Stan Freberg and Mel Blanc to do the voice.
Wow.
And then eventually they realized, like, no, his
they don't know what to.
the prissy, whiny guy that is played, he does is so good.
He is the Winnie the Pooh of this universe.
Yeah.
Are we watching the Blu-ray because it's like the most readily available?
It's the most readily available, and if you needed to buy them digitally, it's just the one uniform thing I think we can all agree on.
To buy them for $20 on
they're
Amazon
pricey, but
I mean, I know they're Star Wars.
I mean, I do own the digital versions, and I own the Blu-ray, so I stole this off of BitTorrent. So and no shame there, no shame.
I love this
for your personal backup. I mean, not that we're using it to stream to people, but
I love the soundtrack of just 3PO walking.
Yeah, I really do like the soundtrack.
It's good in just the incidental stuff here. So, 3PO has a silver leg because they had to replace, canonically, they had to replace that leg, and so it didn't get the gold plating that the rest of him got. Also, that dinosaur skeleton was still there when they went back to Tunisia.
Those photos are so depressing.
To film Phantom Menace.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh no.
And it's still there now.
There was a photographer who went back to the original Tunisia sets, and like they're just still there, decaying.
Hey, please help!
Another wipe.
I remember when the special editions came out in '97, and like this part where it's dead.
All these extra
Well, no,
and
it's
shit.
dead quiet. So everyone has been like borderline euphoria for the last 20 minutes, right? And like clapping and hooting, and we're seeing Star Wars for the first time in the theater because some of us were like 16, 17. We never had a chance to see it in the theater. And then this part is where everyone kind of like you could feel the room get like,
oh fuck,
it's kind of boring. Like
where's Luke?
Like is this really in the movie? Like this boring 9-minute stretch of a robot, like a remote control car driving down a backyard? Like there's no audio. There's barely any atmospheric noise at all.
Trash can.
Yeah, because they knew they needed to ease audiences into all this stuff, But I don't know. This is still fun to me.
Shut up, Matthew J. Where's Jar Jar?
That's the summer.
It almost looks real.
Ryan
Here's one of my
Minsky says the
favorites.
skeleton is going to confuse the shit out of future paleontologists. Oh, in real life, that is in. Because they said they wanted R2 to be kind of sound like a baby. So he does make baby noises.
There's a bit on the IMDb trivia page too that mentions that originally they'd written R2 to say words, but in the script to say words, and then they changed their mind. But they kept C-3PO's reactions.
So as a kid, my personal Star Wars, all I knew was that there was Return of the Jedi, and I thought that The Last Starfighter was part of Star Wars. Whoopsie-daisy. But I watched Jedi a bunch, and then I went back and watched this one when I was in my teenager. I'm like, yeah, this isn't that exciting. And then I watched Empire, and I'm like, oh man, this gels so fucking well. Yeah. I'm in love with this series. Empire, oh man, I might not even be here for that, guys. Just saying. Got a funeral to go to. I'm planning on it.
Oh boy.
Oh, I get it, DS. Sand people are supposed to be Arabs. Okay, I got it now.
Hey,
Put it
a
together.
little on the nose there, Sam.
It's too obvious.
We haven't met the different kind of sand people.
Yeah. There's
Oh, the same to me, huh?
You get two types of sand people: the sand people who steal shit and sell it back to you, and then the kind who just rob and murder you. So, Brett, you reminded me of that. Yeah, I remember seeing the special edition too. It was like one of the most exciting times of my life. I remember I was advertised to so much by it.
And it was 97, right?
97.
January.
97 once a month, starting in January to March.
Yep.
Well, they didn't originally plan the excitement for the special edition of 4 was so big that's how they eventually went back and they decided, let's do Empire and Jedi. And now I'm so happy that like Empire is maybe like 4% new. They barely touched it, other than say a snow beast here and a shot of Vader looking at something.
It is profoundly bad though.
What?
Like I hate it more in Empire.
No, the ice creature's a puppet. Like he's not CG.
No, so. Whenever they do an establishing shot, it's just all CG.
There's a couple of those.
And they're short, they're small.
I love that shitty robot.
So do I. I want to own him again.
Who would have that? What's he for? Is he an incinerator?
The special editions were such a huge push when I was a kid as Ori Falconer. I still associate these three with a gold Vader VHS box set. Hell yeah.
You own the gold one? That means full screen, loser.
Did you own the half-head ones?
Yeah, I had those too.
Yeah, the THX ones?
Yep.
So I didn't watch this. Somehow this escaped me all until I was about 12 or 13. I just didn't watch them at all. And then ended up getting, like, right before they made the THX ones, where it's like the movie posters.
Yeah.
There's like a VHS release around 91 or 92. That's what I had. And then like
94.
Boo! That looks so bad.
Oh, that looks so
like
awful.
I told you. I told you.
I'm trying to watch the movie.
Both those do
God, the shadow's like a different planet.
Put
It's
everything
supposed
in
to be
the
like
shot.
a horse, but in space. So stop criticizing it.
Why didn't ILM redo that again?
Yes, that's the thing. I think because they
Why
did
improve- why
retouch these
improve on
Blu-rays.
perfection?
These Blu-rays are enhanced, not enough.
It used to just be like one on the dune in the back to
Yeah.
go like, oh, so they probably have
What
some
did it?
kind of,
What did it originally look like?
They
I don't even
removed
know
it.
if
It
I
was just
know
like a
what
little
it was.
hump.
it was
in
just
the
like a
back.
static like a static model of like a dewback with which is
guy
what they're
writing.
called with a guy writing him.
I started to like what you were saying, but then I got off track.
Fucking dewbacks coming over here taking our jobs.
But it was just enough to like establish. Oh, so there's humans who have some kind of
Yes.
lizard thing. Got it. Instead, it's like, did you know that there are lizards big enough to ride on this planet? Like,
As Darren Castro points out, he's writing a PS2 cutscene. 50 dewbacks in every shot is Matthew J.
So the thing with droids that bothered me the more I thought about it is how they really are just slaves. Like
Yes.
nobody cares that they've been kidnapped and being resold.
Yeah.
Like nobody on this, at least on this backwater planet of Tatooine.
So you don't think that was
shit.
very intentional commentary from Lucas? I mean, they're not allowed in the bar.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what was this? Is a time with like kings and queens and shit, like
And
Princess Leia. Like, there's no democracy.
They're not allowed in a shitty
What are you
Tatooine
talking
bar.
about? This is democracy.
And again, if you
Well, I guess they did have an imperial senate. They established that in the prequels.
True.
if you don't have the version we're watching, you is this
domed thing too? What the fuck?
wait? Is this the one with the extended cantina sequence?
yeah, probably with
yeah.
the musical
Get
number.
ready.
Wait,
Get ready.
no.
That might be Jedi.
No, you're thinking of Jedi, where they they replace
Sorry,
Lofty
yeah.
Neck by Snice Noodles.
Yeah.
with a shittier new song. Not that Lofty Neck's a good song. It's not. And that puppet, the Snice Noodles puppet, looked horrendous. Hey, here's our main character.
Oh, which one is that?
Mark
Hamill. The answer was Mark
Killer.
Hamill.
Star Killer.
Gun Cannon D has a new title for the movie in quotes: 12 Parsecs a Slave.
So that would make Luke like Benedict Cumberbatch from that film, and that
I forgot what we were talking about.
12 Years
Slavery.
a Slave.
Oh, I didn't.
You should see it. It's really good.
Benedict Cumberbatch is in it.
Yeah. In a very unflattering role. Good for him. Fuck you!
Okay, so here's something for
Definitely need you on this desert planet.
I like how fucking shiny and
this
golden.
is,
he is,
yeah.
huh?
So this is ridiculous, but like he lived with him in Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
Uncle
Uncle
Owen lived with 3PO for years.
If we're sticking to the
Vaporators. Hey, Chris, they have
hey,
vaporators.
if we're sticking with the they don't matter because they're slaves, why would he
Well, he
They all
has
look
new
alike,
he has new plating too, and I guess it's just
I don't know why
another model of 3PO.
that one I didn't expect. I don't know.
Well,
Kayla
don't
just
they
says
know
about
they
twerp.
literally like mass produce these,
Tashi
right?
Station to pick up some power.
But wouldn't C-3PO be like, "Hey, you, my friend"?
Well, his memory got erased.
Well,
Yes,
okay.
yes. Only R2
Okay.
at this point, I believe, knows and chooses not to say anything to anyone.
yeah, he's a jerk like that.
had to look. I said, welcome the Kitchen, and he just says, "Wow, Brett's hair. What's wrong with Brett's hair?"
What's going on with my hair?
Okay,
I had to look.
So do you think
I think it's probably shorter than he's ever seen
Do you
it
think it's the
before.
Force that makes this robot break? Because otherwise they'd never have gotten R2 and the story ends here.
Or they bind his wheels.
Maybe
Oh,
they shut
he's
him off.
remote
Oh,
control.
poor 3PO. He's so sad.
And
See,
and Tim Walker's pointing out that
3PO.
Uncle Owen is his memory flushed as well. God, you're such a whiner.
Look.
Uncle Owen, I want to go home. Call of
bitch.
Duty's out
Jesus.
today.
A bad motivator.
Kind of like a little Twinkie.
Get R5D4 out of here, am I right?
I never had an R2. I had that figure.
Yeah.
All for my Aunt Jane picking shit up on sale.
The Shadows of the Empire one had guns on the side, I think.
What? Yes, yes, Mr. Toko. Droid lives matter. I believe you.
So Luke is pretty Luke doesn't care much for them either.
Mark Hasler points out that Owen has aged
this
horribly in
spoiled
18
bad
years.
is going to make me feel so good. Ugh, look at him with his fucking toy. What a baby.
It's prom night.
nerd.
Prom night, and I'm bored.
Meanwhile, Henry, can you open up whatever
How
Amazon
old is
package
he?
you got today?
Wait, how old is Luke supposed to be canonically?
18.
I didn't fucking play around with my ships like that when I was 18.
I mean, me either.
Yeah.
What were you buried in a hole in the ground and had nothing to do but dream?
Well, for him, that's the ship he wants to fly too. So he's imagining flying it. It's like if you,
It's like
if you
if
really
I
wanted a
did that,
Cadillac.
Only
you
if
know.
instead of the ship, it was Spider-Man, and in the other hand was another Spider-Man.
Other hand was your dick.
And then
We should be best friends. I agree.
No. So in this canon, there are different Spider-Men, and they just fight, and then you just improvise as you. Chris, come back. So I have 30 different Iron Man figures, right? And you would have them fight, and they all have their own elemental powers. So like the Ice Armor Iron Man has actual ice powers, not just like Iron Man things.
Shows over there. Says,
Well, this isn't about my Iron Man toys.
all right.
So furthermore,
Ooh.
I was 25 when all this happened.
Yeah, 25 minutes ago.
Boxing Marco is in here. What is up, brother?
How old was Mark Hamill
Not
actually
very
during
good at telling stories.
the filming of this?
We what?
In the early 20s.
But if you're rewatching these again for the first time in a
I'll
while,
look that up.
I love the trivia that Mark Hamill was in a disfigurative car accident in between movies, and look how pristine and perfect he looks here. And
They
when you see
hired-
him in Empire, he's been fucked up.
Well, Mark Hamill is a great
That'll
actor.
happen.
They hired him to be the pretty young man.
Yeah.
Like that's what he was there for.
That's why eventually, like, I think all of everybody associates this here. Han's the best. I grew up loving Luke. I don't know where that
So
comes
he was
from.
born in 51 and this filmed in 76, so he was 25 at the time of filming.
He's a pretty young 25.
Yeah. Also, he was
Man,
supposed to
that-
be in a TV show at the time of this, but he was able to get out of it.
No, I don't want more info.
They
Don't
installed
give me more-
they installed the Vine app on R2D2.
That's the kind of commentary you wouldn't even have gotten 2
Hey.
years ago.
Oh my God! It's a
Whoa.
cat twerking.
This is why you brought in a younger generation for all
Thank you.
the
We
app
need-
jokes.
Yeah, we need your insight, man.
I need to Snapchat the power converters.
I'm trying to think of that Sega arcade
That's not
game.
how it works, Grandpa.
Oh yeah, the
Time Adventure. Like, what's the
Time
Sega hologram game that you
Travelers
can't not
Life.
die at constantly?
But Ben Campbell points out, no matter what you say about Mark Hamill, he ended up as a great voice actor.
Oh yeah.
He is great.
That is a consolation prize for being a movie star.
I think we all know him best for playing the Hobgoblin.
Yep, he was so good as the Hobgoblin. It was easily his best role of 1992.
Fuck that shit, trickster. Trickster.
He did literally the same Joker voice as Hobgoblin, right? Like, he didn't change it at all.
Oh, Elston, you can't detect the difference in my voice. Ooh.
What a bunch of fucking nerds.
It's like I'm there.
Boy, Luke is so wrong there that R2 does just. How far could R2 get in 6 hours? Like he can't
Like
get that
nowhere.
far.
Like 6 miles.
Yeah, best.
How many parsecs is that?
Is it?
Seriously.
Well, wait.
I forgot 3PO is so abusive.
I got to
R2.
convert it into kilometers first.
It's a sub-dom thing.
Time for your.
I forgot. I couldn't see who said it. I think yeah, totally in the chat mentioned Simpler Times Logger over here.
What?
This stream brought to you by Simpler Times.
All the way from Trader Joe's.
Gang, please vote online if you want to smack the spear to Chris's hand.
Chris,
Straight edge heel turn.
What a little story about a gay space sword fighter who can win the hearts over of the entire world.
That's just a denim jacket. It's not very cute.
She just looks like
Wow.
It even had.
she looks like my aunt.
Oh, it does.
They really slacked on the costume department.
Yeah.
She just wore a denim jacket.
And I
to
wanted
set.
to use a fork, but make it giant.
You think you're talking about old Ben? Yeah,
And
I
again,
don't
Mark
know
Hauser
nothing.
pointed out how much Uncle Owen aged from the last movie, where he's about 14, and here he's
Yeah.
60.
Yeah, moisture farming is hard.
I mean, he could be.
Farmed all the moisture out
Takes
of him.
its toll. Takes its toll.
I'd buy him at 50, but he's been working in the sun every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no moisture.
Maybe the moisture was sucked out of his skin.
Yeah.
She looks like a 70s mom, says Kayla.
I
Yes.
thought they were supposed to have. I thought that drink was blue. It didn't look very blue here.
Thinking
Don't
of, you're
give me
thinking of
backsass,
J.J.
you
Abrams'
little
Star
twink.
Wars.
Oh.
It was Romulan and Ale.
I guess it looks blue in the picture. Are
It's,
they like eating breakfast? I always wondered what meal this was because this looked. Maybe it was because I saw this as a child, but it looked like they were just eating cereal to me.
it's space dinner. It's when the second sun sets. I want to do it now.
He would have joined the Empire's Academy, man. He would have been just a shitty TIE fighter.
fucking shill.
Harvest when I need you the most. It's only one more season.
Man, this is what brings the kids in.
Girlfriend.
Talk about not getting into college.
Well, this is total Lucas stuff. Lucas, you may have guessed, has some issues with fathers and father figures. And this is like a scene out of American Graffiti. Just a father figure saying, you can't have what you want right now. You should just wait.
Ori Falconer
No
says
way.
space dinner is actually our brunch due to time dilation.
They're actually eating lunch earlier in the acting.
Oh, he has too much of his father in him? You mean the guy who killed all those Tusken Raiders? That guy? The one who murdered children?
Right. Let's pretend none of those have happened yet. Except it's hard.
This is one of the best
scene-
shots ever. I love this. I know Family Guy indulged in this, and I can make no better comment than that episode did.
What?
That this is just an amazing moment, and that you should compliment John Williams for being a great score writer.
Is that the joke in the
Yeah,
special?
they just acknowledge how great it is.
Yep.
It's a great episode of Family Guy.
I
All the Star Wars
I
Family
keep
Guys are good.
the ending of getting Joe Flaherty out there to do the Back to the Future line. The Doc's alive, and like
It's-
painting out of a Star Destroyer with Back to the Future music. Yeah, you got me.
It's
can't
hard
not
to
feel
goof
something.
around about Star Wars without stepping on a million jokes that have already been made about
That
it.
and that
Yet Family Guy did it.
From that Family Guy sequence. I love them getting the couch out of the trash compactor. Like how long that joke goes. God, the music. You're right, Caleb.
I'm here to defend Family Guy from Henry.
No, I got you.
Let's not get into that.
Henry doesn't like the reason it is funny. I'll just say it's just funny.
It's not quite space breakfast. It's not quite space lunch, but it comes with a slice of space cantaloupe.
You get a good meal. First season Simpsons
That's
reference.
pretty
That's
good.
some deep shit, man.
This is the worst Sega
What's up,
CD
Castle?
game we've
When
ever
does
played.
Spock, when does
It made
Spock
me
show up?
dizzy as a kid.
Blast it! Said no kid ever.
This is
No, no,
long time ago.
I am kind of remarking. I can see how it.
Also, you're not a kid, so we say that now.
All right, fine, fair enough.
Blast it, you're so old.
blasted drat.
He excels at that, sir. What a tattletale C-3PO is, man.
Did they ever reference Star Wars in the newsroom, Henry?
All-
Says
all
Kennedy?
He needs to be a tattletale and a little suck up because like he
This
has
is a cool
he
set.
can't fight anybody.
That's true. He is pretty useless. Oh,
He's like
poor
he's
Uncle.
kind of like a Varys without any power.
So he's like days away from death, or he's like minutes away from death at this
Just
point.
using my
There's
nuclear.
space cabbage and a space cooker.
They should have said space a lot more in this movie.
Henry agreed to do Talking Griffins if the Patreon hits high enough. So said Jack Navaji.
I said 30.
I will remove my funding unless I'm allowed to be on that and defend it.
So that was like one of the first things they ever touched up, like in the VHS
Yep.
releases.
That was
to
all right.
I mean, it
make
looked.
that
It's
look
literally like Vaseline,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
spread onto
Yeah.
a lens.
So like a
That's
Titus,
really just
Titus
an
O'Neil.
elephant. It really is an elephant covered in
Nuka Cola
stuff.
says blur is gone. Yay! Oh, look how dope that looks.
Yeah. because it's a real fucking
That's
thing.
fucking
You know, it'd be cooler if there were more of them.
Yes,
and
and then a little robot came out to shave him.
So I don't know if
That
you
would be
guys
great, George
have you
Lucas.
guys,
Put that in this.
have you guys watched those scenes that they cut from the original one of like him hanging out with his buddies at Tashi Station?
I watched the documentary. The documentary
so
on
weird.
the first DVD set is really good because he gives credit to his girlfriend or wife at the
Wife.
time who like fixed
Then
the
wife.
whole movie. Like they show like prolonged cuts of like this is what my first cut was like,
editing
and it was
didn't work.
really boring.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the story about the first time I watched this. I watched it on television with commercials.
Ooh.
And so this bit was the commercial break, and I was so scared. I was like, no, what's happening to the characters? They got knocked unconscious.
Now that I
Yes,
saw
it
in
was
the,
hits
in the
for-
documentary, that scene with him holding the stick is actually rewound. That's how they made it look more like less cheesy.
Wow.
It is backwards.
It's like the Mr. Show thing when they told him they'd slow it down. The mustard A&As.
Oh, yeah.
So he's on there. He's doing this. It's like, yeah, we'll slow it down in post. It'll be fine. So he's just pumping his arms as fast as he can.
So,
Mustard
you know,
A's.
I read a theory that the entire rest of the trilogy is Luke's fever dream from
That's
this point
dumb.
on.
No.
So if you've read the comics, it's kind of nice to know that like Ben is out there watching
Yeah.
this whole time.
Kenobi's been watching him this whole... So that's a new dumb sound effect
Yes.
there. I really hate that.
It's really weird.
Just to make it, the Tusken Raiders should be more scared by that sound. Like, it needs to be a
But they did
scarier
make
sound.
his No in Empire less femmy.
Slightly better, but...
No.
No.
Sleep.
Time to do my Jedi concussion fixing.
Fly, you fool.
Is Sand People a slur, says Robert Reach? It is now. Nobody say it or you're getting banned. Nobody.
Ewan
gonna re-
McGregor?
I'm going to regret doing this film the rest of my career. All people ask about is Star Wars instead of...
Oh,
Bridge
someone's
on the
watching.
River
I guess I
Kwai.
won't fuck him.
Get over here and help me Cosby this kid.
What Cosby?
You had a busy day. You had a busy day.
Barely wanted to be a part of this picture.
Oh, you're awake. Never mind.
You like to party. We like to party. We like to party.
Kiss.
Jundland
The
Wastes.
Jundland Wastes. Can we workshop the name?
I mean, that's what makes sense, guys.
Anyone ever been to Jundland?
So here's
What does that make the people who live there feel when they live in wastes?
Here's a general fact about the making of this film is that George Lucas was not a good director and he would pretty much just say like faster, more intense, and other things. He'd forget how the spelling of characters' names were because they were just made up.
Yeah.
And there's the classic line that Harrison Ford said he said to Lucas, which was, "You can write this shit, you don't have to say it." Like that's his feeling on the.
It just if you
I don't
see,
think this is
I'll never
terrible.
call George Lucas a bad director because I really do like American Graffiti, and if you haven't seen THX
Of course I
1138,
know.
that is
He's made.
that is a great film. It is a beautifully directed film.
Yeah.
But the people in it have to act like space aliens.
Yeah, I think it's getting people to convey their emotions that he...
But we're criticizing him on Rocky shit he's doing in the 70s. The 70s. Your Treks weren't even around yet. I believe Star Trek started in 2003.
Okay,
No, I know what I'm talking about. The first show was
I got-
Enterprise.
I got immediately hot.
J.J. Abrams had practically not been born at
Yeah,
that point.
J.J. Abrams had not come around to
diapers.
fix Star Trek. And
Okay, so this is something I just realized. Kenobi must know. He knows that's them. Like, he knows
Yeah.
that's the 3PO and the R2
He has to know.
who were hanging with him the day he murdered Anakin. Like, or not murdered Anakin, but had the high ground and,
and so is
chopped
it
all his
established
stuff off.
their memories are wiped or not?
3POs are wiped. It happened at the end. We watched
Wait.
Revenge of the Sith not that long
Dude,
ago.
it's so
Wait,
hard
he
to know.
murdered
to tune
Anakin.
into.
I thought that
Oh,
he
he
was like
did.
friends with the Star Pilot or something. Wasn't that fucking stupid rewrite?
From a certain point of view. Or
Yeah, this was
We're going to spend 30 years trying to make sense of this line.
He didn't hold your father's ideas. The writer hasn't established who your father was yet.
That's just a word they made up, like, the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
whatever.
Which is why it works better when you don't know what the frick it is. The show's fine.
He barely flies a ship in the prequels. Nah, I'd give him that.
Didn't the prequels like retcon that whole line?
What? He was a good friend who killed all his
A
family.
mighty wild appears. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hey, Tyler. I have something here for you.
Yeah. Everybody put the
I kept
whip
it in this dumpster with my recycling.
All right, now Kenobi's just making shit up. Anakin didn't say
It's
any.
not backwards or anything.
Do you think they were like on some sort of expedition and
Almost. We
said,
see the bangs there.
"Hey, when my son's old enough, I want
Yeah.
him to have this lightsaber."
Well, I'm
Yeah,
wondering because
yeah.
I didn't keep up with Clone Wars and all that other stuff, the shows, like all the different seasons. I'm wondering if that's where they had some of these conversations.
Maybe, but no. if
Because the
Anakin
movies didn't
said
have
to
time
him,
to.
They're Jedi's, and none of them are supposed to have kids. So if they has a conversation where he says, "Hey, when I have a kid, give this to him," like, what are you talking about? We're supposed to be celibate. Like, that's a whole other conversation.
Who's not supposed to fuck?
C-3PO, do something.
Now, I can understand that Luke doesn't know what Jedi's are because he lives on a backwater planet and Jedi's have been extinct his entire life.
They're like ninjas, but whiter.
This is like not knowing what like buffalo
Ooh,
are.
he's making up a story here.
Jesse Ainsworth of the Phantom Tyler. I like it.
But
I
like,
like that little eye look there. It seems to say, like, oh, he knows Vader's.
I
Or
still,
Falcon says, "By the way, Luke, I'm a space wizard, and here's your dad's magic beam sword. Still with me? Good."
I just still can't get over the time gap because it breaks down now to like what 20 years or
At best, 20
8,
years.
like,
Yeah, 18 years,
and
according
it's
to
like
the chat.
so he's 20 now, so he's born, and then that exact amount of time passes, and it's like that's like in 2000 shit that happened in 1980 being like there's no record of it. It's impossible to know.
Not in a
Jimmy
world of
Carter.
light-speed travel.
Jimmy Carter is a forgotten record. Many don't remember him, but I do.
And it's like there's so many planets. It's like you can't wipe the whole
Hi, Jermaine
galaxy. Who cares?
When is the
Doesn't
scene
matter.
where they
Doesn't
test
matter.
Luke's blood for midichlorians? Just like I listened to when I was like 17, I watched all the movies in like the Lucas order he wants me to watch
Yeah.
them in. I listened to all the commentaries. I remember Lucas saying in like commentary for 1 or 2 that was like, "Oh, I totally meant to have midichlorians the whole time. I wrote into the original script, but then I took it out." No, you fucking didn't.
No.
Well,
you
his
didn't.
original script is ridiculous. Like, it's actually like the log line for his idea was it was about Mace Windu. Actually, no, I'm going to read it exactly because it is like word.
Was he
salad.
not lying? Did he actually
There's
put
a deleted
midichlorians
scene.
in the original version?
Not that
Your
specifically.
midichlorians are off the chart. Your T cells are terrifyingly low.
That bit where she said he helped him.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
I
fine.
didn't get it until I.
That's fine.
Are they making like a testosterone?
I can teach you in like a day.
I still wish I knew nothing about the prequels. Leave Kenobi
Gee,
and Anakin's
Joe.
past to my imagination. Says, yeah, totally. I'm gonna
It's
say
time
yeah,
for me to
totally.
basically kidnap you, Luke, and take you into outer space. Your
You're
family
turning
needs
into a South Park character.
No, that's a perfect.
Come on, guy.
I'm gonna take you into space, guy. Nothing I can do
So,
about it right now.
Is this
man.
space Florida or space Alabama?
I think this is space Florida.
Space
Seems
for
more like-
Alabama.
Seems more like space Arkansas.
Maybe so.
Am I vaping?
The answer to that question is actually always yes.
Yeah.
There's never not a moment of the day where you should go, is Chris vape? The answer is yes.
Whenever you guys are thinking, I'm vaping, I'm saving that.
Is there a way you fall asleep with it in your
He
mouth?
has a CPAP machine that blasts vape
It's-
into his nose.
I get nervous when it's not in arm's reach when I fall asleep.
Man, Carolyn had the best slam on you when we were in
Oh,
Japan,
boy.
standing in line at like 5 in the morning, and
Ooh, for the sushi, right?
and you dropped your vaping device there, and she just and fucking lost it. And we laughed for way too long to the point where I'm like, I feel like this is
Yeah, I was done
bad.
laughing before you guys
I know,
were.
because at first you're like, and then it's like, wow, you guys are still.
But it was also the situation of that we were in line to eat for 6 hours, and we just gotten off a plane.
yeah.
You
and-
maybe at best slept 4 hours.
We were-
No, not even.
Dude, but the
was
closest we were the closest to insanity that I think you've been as a human being.
I've been closer.
I love this. I love this meeting. So
great meeting.
here's in the
This
Darth
is one of the top 5 meetings.
in the new Darth Vader comic book, he ends
yeah.
up having to work for the guy he chokes, and it's a really really smart.
Darth Vader comic,
It's cute.
really good. I'm surprised how much I like it.
Yeah,
I was in college when you were a Jedi, or whatever they are called.
I'd like to hear from them.
you're ancient. Well, I don't know I bet if 10 years from now the Catholic Church had been taken down, I would call somebody like, "Oh, I'm the Pope." Like, your ancient religion's bullshit, Pope. Get out of here.
This looks like Brazil, says Charles.
Stolen data tapes. Boy, that's really not very futuristic.
Look, it's Van
Love
Helsing.
that joke. Love that joke.
Everyone, this is fine.
Going to strangle the spokesman for Stride 5 Gum.
Can't see it off camera, but
Okay.
he is getting hard.
So here it is. The opening.
I like this.
Here's the opening sentence of the 13-page treatment George Lucas wrote in '72. The story of Mace Windu, a revered Jedi Bendu of Opuchi, who has related to Ubzi C.J. Thape, a Padawan learner of the famed Jedi.
Oh,
That's
Uchi.
ridiculous.
There are
Oh,
already
oh, itchy and oh, scratchy.
There's so many proper nouns in that synopsis
Yes.
that require further explanation.
I'm sure he was ready to give it to you. Like, I have lots of explanations.
Normally, when
for
you
this.
summarize things, you say like, "A boy goes on an adventure, and in the process, blank, blank, blank." You're like, "Cool."
Blank, 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 oh, Poochie.
He visits the No Tiki of the No Shirty province. Is Henry reading fan fiction? Christ, I hope so. Says
I
Michael
mean,
Plaskett.
basically, whatever George Lucas did was kind of fan fiction. Okay, so
Alex Benelli, so weren't those guys, are they Sith, but they're just dicks who want to join the Empire?
yeah,
Are
they're
these
just
corrupt members of the Senate from 20 years prior?
no, they're jerk military guys who rose up the ranks. Like
So,
they're just the top military.
Nuka-Cola mentioning this. He was watching Age of Ultron with his dad last night, and his dad got mad.
Wait, too dangerous.
His dad got mad at the multiplying faster than Catholic rabbits line.
Wow.
Not in my house.
Don't show the crane in that shot. All right, so
Looks much better now.
Once you
With
found-
even better in Super Bomb
when you
Racing.
found out when you guys found out that this was totally just a shot-for-shot scene from The Searchers, did that make you want to watch The Searchers? Because that's what it did for me.
I don't know
No, I
what
never
that
knew
is.
that until you just said it.
Really?
But
Is that
I've
the
seen,
one-
I've seen The Searchers several times.
What,
I
what
know
about
you're
the
talking about.
Searchers Down Under? Is that there?
So, in case you don't know, the John Wayne film The Searchers.
We got to
when-
rescue Penny from being an Indian.
It's a big deal when near the beginning,
how?
John Wayne comes.
That's the
John
least
Wayne-
flattering haircut right now.
John Wayne returns back to the farm.
His name's
and
John
finds
Williams,
That the
Henry.
entire family, Ethan, his character's name is, finds out that his entire family was murdered by Native Americans or Apaches, I suppose. And so, yeah, he's looking at their burnt corpses. Same as in here, looking at
The
burnt
Red
corpses.
Man, eh?
There's those
Yeah.
first TIE fighters, which mean twin ion engines, TIE.
This pretty grisly. The Empire shot them until they became skeletons.
I guess so. They shot them and then burnt them up.
and destroyed the remains.
Turns out in the future we can still tell who you are from your teeth.
I wonder if
This is a long time ago.
I wonder
right,
if Vader later got the memo that they murdered his brother-in-law by marriage. I wonder.
What is
Oh,
this?
so now he's torturing his daughter. By the way, this makes the scene even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
More hot, I know.
They still have intravenous needles, though. It's just that look that like
This thing
yep,
costs
I'm-
$1,000 a minute to keep in the air. Let's go.
Hope you like being shot full of Downy.
We're gonna do some horrible shit to you.
The shriek of the passing TIE fighter is a great sound.
Mm-hmm.
It is
One of the
beautiful.
best sounds.
It's great.
If there's nothing else, this movie is good for a lot of reasons,
It's
obviously,
very nice
but
if
the
things-
sound.
I love
real nice if
Look at
things
our
go-
Arthur's
Sounds fucking
forlorn look
incredible.
over the fire. That's my
Jesus.
favorite part.
What the fuck do they care? Those Jawas just kidnapped them and sold them into
They're not
slavery.
monsters.
They're not exactly.
Come on, Henry.
I'd let their
The fuck is wrong with you?
Look,
dumb,
I know you Floridians don't care.
Whoa,
but
whoa, whoa! Don't put me in the Henry camp. That's a little
I would let
extreme.
those corpses rot in the Tatooine sun. That's what I do. There's nothing for me
He had the
here.
exact same response to Eric Garner. I can't believe Henry sometimes.
Me neither. Jesse Ainsworth, I have not thought about the existence of AIDS in the Star Wars universe or whether that needle's clean or not. No.
Ooh, one of the best lines ever coming up here. What this?
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
Everything the light touches, Luke, is our kingdom.
except most of this.
Wretched hive of scum.
I remember it cutting to commercial here once, like cut.
Yeah.
And then,
cautious.
hey,
Sears is having a Christmas.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Jesus.
rats
Oh, that
everywhere.
Space rats.
that looks like fucking
Oh.
shit.
All of this.
Funny.
That
I
robot.
love a good comedy
That
moment.
robot was the first toy from the special editions. It was like the sneak preview.
Thank God they put in some levity.
I should show
amongst
my
the
least
seriousness.
favorite toy from the special editions. I have.
Good.
Finally, Moss Eisley looks like it was supposed to look.
a thing in the sky.
Again, another funny moment for us to laugh at. Bahaha.
Yeah.
Those aren't cartoons. What am I supposed to laugh at?
Brett, if
There we
I,
go. That's the worst. The worst moment in all this.
no, you have not. Well, remember there is also the Jabba scene
No,
inserted
that was
here.
worse.
It has not been taken out.
That
When-
camera obscured the monster obscured everything.
Jesus, I do love the Sand Troopers though. That look is.
Look at that shit fly by.
The
ruining
camera
this great
moved
scene.
to focus on it.
That stylish brown shoulder pad. That is sick. I love it.
I'm gonna listen to the guy in the slanket.
This is a.
Bring us on.
Those look so
Good.
bad.
More. All right, I have the worst special edition toy in this house. Can anybody guess what it
It
is?
draws the eye so bad.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't know what it is.
Is anybody? Elston, have I showed
Is
you
it
my
a
worst
dewback?
Is it-
special
wait,
edition
okay,
toy?
I have two guesses.
It's
I have two
special
guesses.
edition exclusive.
Special edition. No, I don't know.
So the worst special edition toy. I can bring it. I'll get it in like 5 seconds. But
Yeah,
if anybody
I-
wants to guess what it is,
I was thinking
something
of
that
the,
only exists in the special editions, not the original.
right.
Prequel
I was
trilogy.
thinking of the Jar Jar candy thing that you push the thing and his mouth would open.
It's
and
not-
the
it's-
candy was his tongue.
Yes, and you sucked
So
it.
that you basically
You sucked his tongue.
and
No.
it's like, how?
It is not prequel related.
Right.
Well, it is because fuck it.
That dewback there. Hate that. These are the best.
I
I love
pleased-
these
I plead, my
terrible
father's a dewback.
outfits. Just look at that. There's like a werewolf there. I just love that. And, are they making out? That's a new thing. I don't like that.
So
Liberal Hollywood Jews shoving their multiculturalism down
I
our
think
throats again.
I'm pretty sure this was released. I got this from my buddy who worked at Lucasfilm.
Uh-huh.
As I said, just give me the worst fucking figure you
is
can think of.
it just your vape stick?
No, it's from the prequels exclusively.
Devil.
It is Hayden Christensen's ghost from the end of Jedi with like translucent robe.
Oh, you were saying
That's the
special
worst.
edition.
This
That
is the
is a
special
special
edition.
edition
It
Jedi.
pops up at the end of Jedi now instead of the old.
Oh, that's
Not in the
so
97
fucking
special
bad.
edition.
Okay, I haven't
but it-
seen the new
That
special
fucking
editions.
blows.
Then the later ones.
I've never
Yeah, I
watched the
can't.
new
I can't
ones.
get you that close on it, but like
Yeah,
it is
but-
truly lame.
Those ladies are cute. I like the twin. The
It's
twin
like one of
vapor
4
ladies.
Star Wars figures I have in the house.
Okay, so here's a bit of info here, Greedo. But here's a bit of info here. Both that guy,
Ponda
the two
Baba?
guys there. The
I
guy,
hate that I know their names.
Space Slipknot.
How did this?
the bartender and the one who's a dick to Luke, they both had thick English accents and had to be overdubbed, like because pretty much they filmed this mostly in England, and so it's a British cast other than the Americans they imported in the major roles. And so that's overdubbed. The bartender and the guy's like, I don't like you either.
Oh, it's
you better
very,
watch
very
yourself.
obvious.
Moma Nadon? I know you guys know what I'm talking about.
Boy. I love that slug guy. He's pretty great. Hey, who's that?
It's the guys at Comic Con every year.
Oh, it's old butt mouth.
Ah, yes. I did not react at all to your face.
He's got a fucking pussy on his chin.
I didn't like you either.
Is that Rim butt pussy?
That was like a 7-year-old joke of mine.
Of the
I don't remember what the context was, but I remember thinking of Rim
Of the Minnesota butt pussy?
Those guys
This
came,
one's not with the effort.
those guys came in a 2-pack, I think, from Toys R Us.
I did not. Ray Falconer says, "Wait, did anybody notice the straight up astronauts?"
Yeah, they were just
All right.
only blood ever here.
I think I've been
That should have cauterized the wound. There shouldn't be blood.
all over the kid safe pool deck.
Write him a letter.
Now, so that moment should have just.
Baby.
Moss Eisley should be talking about this forever because nobody's seen a lightsaber in
Celebratory vape.
20 years.
This is true.
Nobody's seen a lightsaber in 20 years. And in fact, he's been undercover this whole time, being his least Jedi dude he can be. They should all be going like,
Yeah.
that's a fucking lightsaber. That guy has a lightsaber.
They're all fucking chill about it.
It's also
Look at
weird
Gay
because
Bar,
like
that guy had the fucking had like a classic gay man's cap.
rawr.
That looks so
Look
great.
at me, roar.
He really he wanted you to focus on the bad shit.
In the
Really
future,
bad
we'll
way.
all dance like white people again.
As it was meant. Well, somebody gave Lucas a note after this movie that said, like, this. Do only white people live in this universe? Like, okay, so here's a bit here about Han since he's coming
Chewbacca's
in.
brown.
That Han Solo.
Is this a metaphor for heaven?
that Han Solo. Oh boy, he was inspired by Francis Ford Coppola, who was.
I have a
Lucas's
shaved head, but I'm
friend.
kidding, folks.
Obviously, George Lucas put himself into the role of Luke, but Han Solo is how he saw Francis Ford Coppola, which is a guy who overpromises,
Yeah.
underdelivers, and is a bit of a is undependable.
Always comes through in the end.
Yes.
And eventually
He does.
comes through in the end. Yeah,
He
But
does.
only when he believes in George Lucas first, and falls for that stuff.
Watch the movie Hearts of Darkness. You can see it's wonderful. Sheds wonderful light on their relationship.
Yeah, it's amazing. Hearts of Darkness is great.
I can't believe they got Chris Pratt to be in this already. That's crazy.
So yeah, he had been in American Graffiti, Harrison Ford,
Mm-hmm.
and before had worked as a carpenter. And Lucas didn't want him in this movie because he's like, I don't want anybody from American Graffiti. I can't reuse people. But he then saw him reading lines. He's like, now he's Han Solo.
And fucking just what a good looking dude. It sucks to see him all senile on TV nowadays.
Jason Miller asking, Henry, who are the two guys who passed on the role of Han Solo?
Well, I believe one is Nick Nolte.
That's, if Patton Oswalt is he believed. Chewbacca, go get the goddamn hyperdrive.
I'll see you at Docking Bay 94.
And the second one, I actually just read it in the IMDb, but I
Adam
cannot recall.
West.
Christopher Walken.
Adam West.
Pure
Okay.
West.
He really is unbelievably handsome. He must have been a real fuck monster in the 70s.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Dude, in the 70s?
Yeah, true dick beast.
So
By the
I
way,
didn't-
no.
I didn't watch these versions, but when the DVDs came out in like 04, I remember pausing and frame by frame watching the Greedo
It's
shot
obscene.
first, and it is like
why did you bother?
It
like-
looks so bad. I did the same.
It looks
thing.
bad here,
looks
too.
So
They altered it ever
bad.
so it's less bad than before. Ooh, that would Solo.
And Al Pacino. Oh,
You know, he really is a good pilot. He fucking crashed. He crash landed on the his World War II plane on the golf course. Harrison Ford. You hear about that, right?
Yeah.
No,
He credited his survival to his one lucky earring.
when he needs to stop getting stoned and flying planes.
he should get another earring. I mean, it's, what,
Well,
No, that would not do
the
it.
shit he does with his neck to dodge
Yeah,
the bullet that
it's
doesn't
a,
exist is the most CG shit ever. Here it comes.
So it's
Putting his
just
hand on his
dumb
gun.
Guys,
anyway.
imagine like DJ Dugtown editing his.
That
like,
Han Solo. Is it just weird that? Okay, wait.
I want to absorb all of this, how bad it is.
Ooh. Come on.
Al Pacino.
So, sexually. Capota.
Oh wow, they cut it. It's harder to see
So
now.
that was basically
So it's just
at
a
the
mess
same
now.
time.
He's
He's
like-
like,
But okay,
We can't
you
pause
just,
it
You just
here.
can't tell what happened. Is it? They just edited
Yeah.
it so quickly that you can't tell what
I
happened.
get that Lucas felt like, oh, this is too mean for one of our main characters to shoot somebody.
Yeah,
in cold
this guy
blood.
has to
So
sell
that makes
applesauce
that makes
tomorrow.
him more likable when he becomes like when he softens. It
But
makes
also-
it makes him start harder.
That's
But
right.
also, a paid killer is telling him, "You dead or alive, you're worth the same.
he's also-
I will kill you." He's in his right to shoot Greedo. Like,
Yeah.
stand your ground is what
So
I'm
yeah,
saying.
I was just
man.
gonna say Henry's a real Second Amendment buff. He really.
Exactly. Okay, so here's something to keep in mind about Peter Cushing's character.
Peterman does this. At least he didn't turn his gun into a walkie-talkie.
So here,
Spielberg slam!
they undid all that.
They did. Spielberg threw that shit out.
Yeah, which was so good.
I don't even think you can get it on the new Blu-ray.
So here's something to keep. All right, this is a dumb scene because, like, yeah, doors locked. Go in. Oh, that
Oh.
fucking. Ugh.
Fucking
God.
waffle maker in the air.
Yeah. But okay.
fucking
a door-
TMZ, get that thing out of here.
Doors locked.
Officer.
Move on to the next one. Maybe go in there.
There's a drone.
They just opened the door after they walked away.
There was a drone looking for sand people.
Too on the nose, Lucas.
I'm a
Jesus.
liberal.
So the stuff with the here's something to keep. Jeez. I read a tweet recently that set up Han Solo so well that he says that Han Solo is basically an Uber driver who goes through a whole lot of stuff. Like,
Keegan, are you sending us tweets instead of being in the chat? You silly goose. Get a YouTube account.
that he basically is he's just hired to drive him someplace and then just gets pulled into this whole Rebel Alliance shit.
Into this war. Does it ever
Wait, which
change?
movie is Lando Calrissian in? Is he in the second one?
Second one.
Next
Yeah.
one, yeah. You know the
Oh my god! Oh
here
my
we
God.
go.
This is so bad.
Here we
he
go.
looks like a real slug.
So at this point, George Lucas had no idea what Jabba looked like. So there's this giant fat guy playing him.
They plan to maybe replace with.
And I love, he's like, so here's what I did to make the special edition awesome. I was just a big fat guy and he didn't have a tail, and they made Han Solo look like he steps on his tail by digitally lifting him
also
up.
having,
But they
having
also
fucking Boba Fett in there too.
They also spent a long time explaining how
Oh God, that looks way too close to him. Move the, you. It's a computer. Just do it.
So in this shit too, like that's what the human
It's
actor
too
did. Is like,
close.
And he looks
Han,
worse
my
than a
boy.
puppet. He looks.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you've seen the movies a bunch of times, they do this exact scene again when they meet later on.
Yeah.
Like this is just
Here
the
we
same
go.
dialogue. Oh, not blurry at all.
That looked awful.
He thought he was so cool.
But then they spent like a whole scene when the special editions were coming out describing like, we solved this great problem, guys. And they show it and we're like,
Han, my boy, you're the best.
I didn't notice that. Jack Nidivachi points out the worst part is when Boba Fett looks directly in the fucking
Yup.
camera.
Yeah, it's coming. But yeah, the job is being
this
nicer
dude,
than
fucking
he
auto
ever,
mechanic guy back here.
Job is being nicer than he ever had to
Yes.
Yeah.
be. Yeah, I mean, it's me. Like, and also they're just. You're a wonderful human being.
But I gotta say, at the
wait,
time-
why do you even fucking say that you're a wonderful human being? That doesn't work.
Boo. I'll be
Us
back,
are people
kid.
too.
It's a living, am I right, kid?
Now I'm in all 3 of the trilogy. Me, Boba Fett, your favorite.
Buy the Sarlacc snack pack.
Yeah.
You want a beer?
I'm good. I'm gonna stay teetotal with my straight edge bro here. What a piece of junk! I love that reaction. Come on, say it.
You know any Diet Pepsi in there?
Yeah, what a
No.
piece of junk.
Damn.
I don't. I'm against diabetes.
But she's got it where it counts, kid.
Why is Greedo there?
why
Says
you
Robert
say
Briggs.
Yeah, Diet Pep, bro.
It is a. It's
The DP, come
Yeah,
on.
dude.
Robert. Hey, don't give me this lecture again. DDP.
This
So here-
tastes basically like a soda. I can't.
So here's the bit with Chewbacca too, that he is inspired by George Lucas's dog that he had at the time, whose name was Indiana,
Indy.
which would then go on to become Indiana Jones's inspiration. Which is why then full circle when Sean Connery says Indiana was the dog's name, all the way back to Indiana the dog
Yep.
inspiring Chewbacca. Boom. Shitty shots, man. Though I
What?
also,
Not
you
a lot of
saw
good
why
dialogue.
it was
Why is
like-
nobody like just taking a second to like line up a nice shot and shoot?
Well, this is, I think,
Shoot
gets
from the
back to
hip.
the, if you have infinite lasers, like, nobody probably trains, because, like,
Yeah.
Why not train? Because you just kill them faster. It's not a
Yeah,
matter
I
of,
didn't like this redo of the ship pulling out either.
Amped is pointing out that it looks like he crawled out of a bender at Burning Man with a poncho.
So here's
already off the planet.
something I love about Harrison Ford too is that he
Those 3
because
seconds
he's
ago.
Harrison
It was
Ford
like
is
40,000 miles an hour.
Harrison Ford is so successful he doesn't give a shit about pissing off George Lucas, and so or saying something he shouldn't say. So he talked about in interviews like, yeah, there's no. George couldn't explain to him how to turn on the Millennium Falcon. Like, how do you fly this thing? There's no wheel. He's like, well, you just, move these switches and stuff. Like, really? That's how you fly this thing? Like, you gotta drive somewhere.
And it's one of those things that makes me hate Apple for a reason that it's not their fault. Any sci-fi movie with a panel that's not a touchscreen
Yeah.
looks like it's from the past.
Yeah.
From here on out. What is that, a knob and a lever? Fucking
It is in the past.
old.
This
I
is in the
know.
past.
I know, but I want to visit
What?
there in the future.
I know it's been talked about to death, but I still haven't heard any. Like, why is it in the past? Was it just like he just thought
I
of that?
think it's kind of brilliant.
Just to
Like,
remove it. Just to say, like,
yeah,
this
this
isn't
is not our future. This is a different universe.
Though white
different
humans
galaxy.
are the most
Different
important
galaxy.
race.
Universe.
Yeah, it's God as God planned.
Oh, the first jump to light speed. Woo! I love
That looks great.
one of the best
Wow.
jokes that still works in Spaceballs is when they go to Plaid. I do like that.
I still haven't seen Spaceballs.
Okay, so here's a bit about
Fucking
Grand Moff
terrible.
Tarkin there. You can see Peter Cushing's shoes. Now, according to the IMDb page, they made those shoes too small for him, and so he said he insisted that if the scene
If these shoes don't fit.
if the scene doesn't show his shoes, he's not wearing them. And so in every scene you don't see his shoes, he is wearing slippers, fuzzy slippers. So Imagine that, just off screen, Grand Moff Tarkin's fuzzy slippers.
It's not hard somehow.
I mean to be a pig, but she really is
it's easy
like
if you
cute as
try.
hell. She's really something.
Yeah, she's Debbie Reynolds. At this time, she was only known as Debbie Reynolds' daughter.
Reese
That's
says
what she
Star
was
Wars
famous
is
for.
basically
I
Halo
forgot just how pretty
with
she
all the
was.
humans are in the
Wowie.
past bullcrap. Sarah says, I love that Carrie
Boy,
Fisher has no
slip
problem making fun of her own
your
shitty
fingers.
accent.
It's a good band name, Peter Cushing Shoes.
I remember this really kind of traumatized me when I saw this as a kid. Like, he just fucking commit
It's-
mass genocide.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine. Like,
And he
blow
did
up
it as
a
a
whole planet.
bargaining chip. Well, he's going to do it anyway.
He's got to show off the power of the Death
No,
Star.
he was going to do it anyway.
So this was the
I've
thing I
followed her
couldn't
now.
quite wrap my head around. Where like the comics that are out now, like try to play up like, oh, the Empire doesn't try to present itself as this evil thing. It's trying to do this facade of like we're going to help and control,
Yeah.
but for good. But
The
then you
Bush
call it the Death Star.
And once Alderaan doesn't exist, they're like, no, they wiped out a planet.
Even if this
I
is
mean,
the-
every government has like a ship called the Destroyer and
I
stuff.
guess.
Step
But
inside.
Death Star is like a little bit elevated.
Maybe it's not
but
all
this
that
is-
different from America, man.
Whoa!
I'd like
this
to
is a
show-
metaphor for Nagasaki.
I'd like to show you my
it's not.
fantabulous genocide contraption.
we've got 6 of them.
Far too trusting. We'll deal with your rebel friends soon
Wouldn't be
enough.
sci-fi
Couldn't they, just
without
shoot it, couldn't they
genocide.
just destroy like a moon if they didn't want to be evil? Like,
I mean, that would throw
Yeah.
off the tides anyway.
Well,
I love all the
I do
work.
love
that
the
goes
sound
into
of
what
this.
you
Theories are
do.
gonna
This
do
is,
stuff,
this
huh?
is post World War II, and the same kind of action was showed off on the entire nation
I'm
of
so
Japan.
Woo,
Cover
those-
your ears. Why would we be in this hallway?
They got to make sure the green goes through.
Boom!
Those rings,
So much gas in that
boo.
planet.
Boo rings around stuff. I
I've
hate
always
that.
loved this. It always looks fun.
This does look pretty great.
I love it. The
Did
idea
they
that
redo that?
stings you.
Or
No,
is
I
that-
don't think
is that
it,
the
No, it
original?
actually
That's
still looks
that's
pretty
brand
good.
new
Yeah, it looks
claymation
like
over there. On
Yeah.
they're
You know,
all
I had a Millennium Falcon toy, and I was so happy that you take off the top of it. This was a '70s toy too. This wasn't one of their newer
Wow.
ones, and it had the entire stuff on the inside, including their
Oh, sincere.
no.
including their
The 95
space
one-
chest.
Yeah, you could the secret compartment.
Wow, you had a fucking toy. Whatever. Congrats.
says
The-
there's a camera that can see your Simpson shirt, right?
The 90s
everybody
toys, they
thinks
just
we want-
re-released all the 70s stuff too. So it's like they made a shit ton of money.
Nick B says green lasers can't melt steel beams. I agree. Yeah,
This game seems fun.
when I went to
This looks like a fucking Sega CD, a nightmare,
before Star Wars toys were collector's
And
items.
and the lamest slam of all time. He's dead.
Yeah, it is
Well, that's
clay
all right.
fighters, clay fighters.
Yeah.
Bad Mr. Frosty.
When I was in the YMCA free summer camp in the 1980s, somebody had just like backed up a dump truck of like relevant Star Wars toys in about 1986,
Well,
and just
that-
the whole
that's
sandbox
great
was that we could recreate the Death Star
That's
scene with
so sick.
like panels that were meant to look like the outside of the Death Star, and like create this.
Wow.
That kinda sounds
this
fun to
thing
me
and just
right
like
now.
run them through. Yeah, it was awesome. I've never been able to find those toys since, nor would I try. I only collect animations.
My YMCA summer camp, I watched the wedding of the guy in charge, and then 2 years later, he was found to be a serial child molester.
Funny how you always find them at camp.
Yeah. Partially.
They should just use that position to catch child molesters.
Yeah, they should really like.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to work here, huh? Cool.
Let's
How
really
bad?
let you have to submit your hard drive to some real serious searches. You guys see those Jared tapes, by the way? Jeez, are those dark?
No.
I read some accounts of them where he's just like bragging, like,
You
fuck
he-
this
no,
kid too.
To hear them, it's so
I-
creepy.
I
This
couldn't
woman
say.
who's obviously freaked out but is trying to play along is like, and do you prefer the little girls or little boys? Like, oh, I love them both.
How could I choose?
There's your ultimate
Nice.
villain.
And he's in jail.
Hashtag stand with Jared. Hashtag Jared Jihad.
But I do like
Subway
how
fatwa.
even someone as when Han Solo is like going like, oh, hokey tricks and nonsense, and because he's such a good Jedi,
Han Solo, yeah.
Obi-Wan is still not like, oh yeah, well, bleh, makes a bunch of shit float. He's just
Yeah.
like,
I don't have to impress you.
I love that. They little air compressor things coming out showing you how it flies.
So as a kid, this was immensely frustrating because I would follow his instructions. And I'm like, I'm going to imagine it. I'm going to visualize it. I'm going to stretch my feelings out real far, a tapestry across the living room, and try to imagine where my cup is. And it doesn't work. And so
Surprisingly.
for the rest of my life, once a week at least, I'll be laying down and be like, I'm going to try it one more time. And just like I just stick my hand out and be like, I'm going to think about the cup wiggling until it wiggles. And then it doesn't.
Sam Harrison wonders.
Please, does anyone else do that? Like, does anyone
I
just...
definitely tried.
Does anyone randomly try like once a week or month? Just be like, I just want to verify.
I mean, I've been lazy and thought like I wish I had the force to pull this thing closer to me without having to stand up.
I would always wish.
Sometimes
It's a
I
nice
use
little
like
centerpiece on that
I use like
table.
some mental when I'm like really sitting on the couch and I'm like tired. I want to get up. I imagine that there's like something to pull myself up with, and that gives me like motivation to do it somehow.
Oh, I can see that. Like a nice rope or
Yeah, mind over matter. Or whatever.
handlebars.
Sam Harrison pointed out, what's the point of the blast shield on that helmet if you're not a Jedi?
Yeah, there's no real reason for that.
And
I want
also,
you to be
again, it
completely
doesn't
safe
work.
and blind.
I saw a funny.
They're like horses; they need blinders.
I wouldn't say fun. Okay, I saw an interesting.
That's fucking awesome. Sorry, that's great.
I saw this interesting image get passed around that from the most recent Force Awakens trailer, where it shows him saying like, "I don't believe in the Force," and all
all-
that stuff.
it's-
and
that
then
was great.
Cut to like the Jedi, Sith, the Force. It's all true.
It's all true. It's
all
all
true.
real.
Yeah. So then he goes from non-believer to believer.
But not only believer, like the last evangelist of the Jedi who's seen it in person. I don't know that. Every time I think I don't care about
Well, I
Star
would
Wars, they
think-
give me a reason to really
Yeah.
care hard. And that cannot wait for Force Awakens. We all got tickets.
Yep, and a pint glass.
I heard on Facebook today that like the people Disney or whatever is giving like early screenings to people with like terminal diseases.
That's
who are,
fucking
like,
bullshit.
Who are,
wow.
like might die before it comes out.
Oh wow.
Who are guaranteed not to remember it.
Let you in exactly.
Ho ho ho. Yeah, there's also something weird where like Air France will show it before it's in
What?
theaters. Yeah, it's like if you fly in a
fucking
certain if
stupid.
you fly in a certain airline, you'll see it before anyone else.
Why would you want to see it on a little fucking screen?
Yeah, but what I'm worried
funny.
about is some I don't know how you tweet spoilers in French, but Les
Les
I'm not-
Villages-
I don't have a joke, but
No. Well, I mean,
the French are great. I have nothing.
England gets it a day before
Oui, oui.
us.
That's a good point, Andrew Jacobs. I also love how sweaty everybody seems.
There's a
I'm actually not
At this,
sweaty.
at this table or in the movie?
in the
Oh.
movie.
No, well, this is about me.
My legs do feel pretty warm right now, to be honest. Something's happening.
Probably
Hey,
that's
be
worth
happy
touching.
you weren't doing this a month ago. Just a
Dude.
month ago. It was
Like 2 weeks ago, even it was a mess in here
It's still a
because
mess.
nobody in San
No.
Francisco got any air
he
conditioning.
means the heat, Chris, not the cleanliness of your
Feel the
wonderful kitchen.
heat.
Heat of the
Alternatives to
moment.
fighting.
Another heat-related
So,
song.
I mean, did the stormtroopers think the ship is empty when they came out? Like, oh, I guess it was just an empty ship floating around here. Nobody's on it.
So I love like
That's so cool.
that shit. Dyson spheres, anything that's so big that's curved that when you get that close, it just looks flat to the horizon. Like that's so.
you mean like a Dyson sphere that Scotty was stuck on for?
Yes, in the
for-
6th season episode called Relics. I'm glad you brought it up, Henry.
That's a real classic.
You see,
Still pretty good.
it turns out
Pretty
that
good.
Scotty was stuck in a transporter loop for 70 years. Oh my! And then Geordi finds him.
From the episode The Angelica Principle.
No, that was
this
still
movie-
Relics.
No? Oh.
Has anyone ever mentioned that these microphones
I
smell
love
like
that
vape
thing.
juice?
I love that thing.
Because at least this one, I can smell the vape juice on this
Okay,
mic.
well, so did you guys knew that
Sipping
this?
on vape juice.
Did you know this next part was a reference to a Kurosawa film?
No. Still don't.
like
Well,
Kurosawa make films?
so you guys know Yojimbo, right?
The rabbit?
Then there was the sequel to Yojimbo where the exact
Yo,
scene-
Jumbo. Hey, yo, Jimbo.
the guy's hiding under planks in the
Yeah.
floor. That's in that. film.
Oh yeah.
It's another one of those moments. Like I wish Lucas had stolen more. for the
Trek reference. Oh my.
prequels.
Well, you know, the 1579 is his like apartment number that he had before he was
true.
famous.
This is true. This is his fucked in. His secret fucked in.
Well, yeah, and in the California before he bought the Skywalker Ranch.
in
Fucking
Marin.
somebody fall for
It's
it.
in Tiburon.
Fire that dude. He
Yeah.
sucks.
That guy has a really bad Asperger's. Holy shit. Look at him.
Nuka-Cola says,
guessing-
Yojimbo? You mean the Final Fantasy X summon?
and felt in some time.
Hold your horses. Scan crew coming in.
It's not a very good scanning crew.
That is a good point that Scotty says. He's like, you didn't tell him how Darth Ender mentioning. You didn't say how long it would really take, did you? How else are people going to think you're a miracle worker?
I love that.
That is such a good line.
You got to remember that just for
That's good.
life
That's
in
good
the
for every day.
workforce. Yeah. Hey, are they free? Oh,
What do you think?
hey.
What do you think they talked about when they were down there?
They were very close together. They're like, hey, don't make this game.
They probably argued about Star Wars.
So you think this is the best moment, or is something coming later? Or?
Obi-Wan Kenobi is an old man. He probably has gas.
What? Jedis can control their farts real well, man.
God, he was
Oh,
weird,
yeah,
too.
As he
they were
made that
chewy.
squeaking sound, vape juice came out.
It's
Foggy
probably
fart.
an old man fart.
Farting dust. I just speak as a person with a very old dad. My dad farts a lot.
Well, most men do. I'm surprised how much my girlfriend doesn't fart. I had to question her about it the other weekend. Like, we ate the same thing. What happened
what
here?
My best friend, who's a very pretty girl, had the worst farts I've ever smelled, and I had a 300-pound roommate in college.
Whoa.
It was the worst and the most frequent on a
So
road
this
trip.
scene here is may as well be in like a road movie with Hope and Crosby.
Did you know Alec Guinness is an anagram of genuine class?
Wow, I never thought
Michael
of that.
Plaskett. Now try Jeremy Irons.
Has anyone tried doing Jeremy Irons? As an,
I like the Family Guy joke about this. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember it being very funny.
That's the same dude who was in the gray outfit.
Man, who made their layout? Famicom? That was awesome. Hello.
It's fine.
I guess the thing broke. You're pretty good at infiltrating this space station. Aren't
No one
you?
noticed him up to that point.
Nope.
They hadn't invented cameras yet. This is a long time ago.
That console is basically a Master System. By the way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That was a way better color scheme reference.
Plays Game Gear games if you pick the right if you pick the right adapter. In there.
Luke.
Oh, it's Luke.
I can't tell what the mode button does.
Wait, so Luke's a bad guy?
Mom, why are they bad guys? Mom.
So this is the last scene they have any time together before he's a
Dude,
force ghost.
is he fucking the Death Star?
That's basically what he's doing.
Wait, did I say this already? That the Mormon Church didn't accept black people as fully human until after this movie came out? They weren't related, but I just like to use that as like a marker.
It's a good parameter.
It's a really great, and I really wish someone had asked Mitt Romney about that because he was like 28 when this movie came out, or something like 32. It's like, how long were you a serious ranking member of an and it wasn't like an old rule that was like on the books. It was like they reaffirmed that they really didn't think black people were fully human in 1969. They reaffirmed it.
Amperton saying everyone in the Death Star is having liquid lunch because there's no other way to explain all the piss in the trash compactor.
Henry, think about swimming in a world full of piss. Come on,
Like
do it.
up to your waist. And there's like wrappers and old
Not a
Twinkie
lot of
shit
it touches your
flows
tongue, but a
with
little
you.
bit has to. Like probably the stuff dripping out of your
So,
hair.
I mean, at least something stuck to your arm.
Here's a bit here that
I should have
Obi-Wan,
jerked off before I came over here.
Obi-Wan never says, "May the force be with you."
Castle
In
Dew
this
says,
movie.
"Man, this is really boring. Did they make 3 of these?"
He says, "The force will be with you."
Did you know also Han never says "beam me up, Scotty" in this whole movie?
Not once. It was all Obi-Wan.
He says, "Beam me up, Chewie." It's like-
God, the 7th grade arguments I had pre-internet about the Enterprise versus the Star Destroyer. It's so bad.
I mean, an Enterprise would win. It can outmaneuver
Well,
a Star
I-
Destroyer at any time.
That's the
man.
argument I would make, man. Back to the point, like, well, this one's this many meters long, and if you look, like, and I'm like,
And by the way, an A-wing
I don't know
fucking
that.
destroyed a Star Destroyer, a Super Star Destroyer.
Which one's bigger?
by fun. So I think the Star Destroyer is
well,
bigger.
Yeah.
But not.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely is.
But not as nimble.
I mean, Star Destroyers are like derp. They're not going anywhere.
No, they're just chunks
I mean,
of cheese.
Enterprise isn't
They're like,
super.
they're like skateboards with lasers mounted
I mean,
on them.
Enterprise isn't like super maneuverable either. But
Oh, where is Groot and Rocket Raccoon? Oh, Connor Wade, you missed that. You missed that stream by a couple months.
we did do it though.
You were here for that, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was away in Las Vegas
I was getting my
watching my family fall apart. But
I just went to
anyway,
Vegas a few weeks ago. It was really a sight to see.
Las Vegas is great. Honestly, guys, we should just go to Las Vegas.
Where do you usually stay in Vegas?
Yeah.
I stay at the Palace Station Resort and Casino. You ever been there?
What on fucking Main Street in Lusitania?
I like to stay at the Golden
I don't know. It
Horn.
was the cheap, fucking super cheap hotel.
It is, but get on the strip, man. The Main Streets.
Funk Soul Brother likes your Steven Universe shirt, Hank.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm,
do I.
Man, I do like Vegas for precisely 2 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two nights is
That's
great.
all
I liked how right next to a casino I was at a gas station with like a couple slot machines. I was like, just go
Yeah.
500 feet to the real place. You're sitting in a 7-Eleven.
I came in for a bit of honey, and now I'm just like, fuck, I might as well.
Now, this is the first year
Maybe I get
really-
rich. I don't know.
Say what you want about Vegas, but everyone leaves there a big money hustler and a
Castle
winner.
Deuce's Family Wars, Henry Awakens.
This was the. This is the first year I really took advantage of like, hey, I really enjoy this this free drinks. If I just sit here long enough, they'll bring me another free drink.
Yeah, I saw what I would call a lot of Shreks without makeup in Vegas.
Oof, yeah. Oh, I mean, you go to the buffets, it's a fat museum.
Oh, it really was.
Okay, so
Why is it a museum?
They made this up, and this was done on the set. This was not in the script.
That's really cool.
So cute. Also, did you notice
Yeah,
that?
man, it really established a lot with that.
I like that bit that Chewie doesn't trust him to put the cuffs on because
Yeah.
it shows the growth in Chewie. By the next film, Chewie's hugging Luke. He's
Yeah.
sad to see Luke.
That's
go.
a good point.
Fun fact: Chewie's just a furry with a speech impediment. That's part of the canon.
So poor Peter Mayhew in the Chewie outfit. I hate seeing him.
Can that
on
guy walk a
screen. I'm
little
like,
worse in that fucking droid outfit? We built this
Man,
droid with a bug head to just mess with you.
Poor Chewie, man, or poor Peter Mayhew. Here's another bit when they go.
Yeah,
this
but then
is-
points out it took
belt placement looks
took
like it was
thousands
designed
of
by a
years of
gay guy.
autonomous robots to make a 3-point turn.
So she says, "What? You're a little short to be a stormtrooper, but they're all clones, aren't they?"
No, the clones died out years ago. This is an army they trained, man.
Man, not all of us watch the
Oh.
Samurai Jack cartoon. Some of us only watch the movies.
But yeah, he's feeling him. You can feel that
Spidey
feeling.
sense.
Yeah.
My spider sense is tingling.
Man, your hair, dude. Come on. Some real good stealth.
Action elderly.
My dad kind of looks like chubby Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I like their bickering. I miss that stuff. That's the kind of those lines. Actually, soon we're going to see something that, like, this would never be in the prequels. Like, there's just the naturalness he has on the
Yeah.
intercom is just like,
Yeah.
wow, this is so just normal a scene. Yeah.
1138.
I was notified.
I love how he's
Show me your Tinder profile.
He's angry at all of them. He's like, "Where are you taking
that
this
fucking helmet.
thing?" Like everyone in my vision is have contempt for.
Why does he have his hand behind his back as he reaches for the gun?
It's a style. Like it's.
It's how he was trained.
He was trained by-
Is this one of the few shots of like outright murder of human beings committed by
yeah,
our
but I
heroes?
mean, they're
They're
holding
bad.
people captive.
But hey, they're
They're
Republicans.
Nazis.
It's okay.
Oof.
Man, a lot of fucking lasers not hitting people. in
I'm
this
not
very,
saying the
very
Samurai
small
Jack
room.
cartoons weren't good, Caleb.
That didn't kill you. You're fine.
Yeah, it just like scared him.
Yeah, by the way, the laser didn't explode on you. That's kind of impossible.
I wish they were.
Get your dead body off of my.
I
What
wish
is
they'd
that?
shot 18 more cameras. They shoot so many cameras.
Quick, fuck the bodies.
Is that just two lightsaber holsters like on the with like an Applebee's waiter?
That's a soda
This
stream.
is a great. I love this so much.
This is a Family Guy scene. It's very funny. I forget exactly what happens, but it's great.
This is funny enough as it is, man. Seth MacFarlane
Uh,
can't make it more fun.
This was my exit window
is what
sound
he
for like
did.
5 years.
It's like the same read Dr. Wily gives in Mega Man 8. Dr. Light. God damn it.
It was a boring conversation anyway. Luke, we've got company.
How is
That's
he
an
only
awesome
there?
It's really hard to. Well, he's checking each one.
Well, he could take the helmet off now.
Yeah.
I'm here to rescue
But
you.
it's
Bruh,
so
is that my
crazy.
sister? Damn.
I love that head back move. Like,
Takes his dick out.
I had a pin here that said that line at 1,000 decibels and distorted it so much it vibrated the pin. And then it also said Red 5 standing by.
I never even met that guy.
Refuse to get
so
up.
their brother and sister, but had they never met before this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not since they were separated at birth. Yeah.
I
So
was
like, so
told-
it's not like what's fucked up about like sister and brother fucking is like the emotional
The
part of it.
background. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I mean, they just shouldn't have kids, but like,
Right.
Oh.
there's nothing wrong with them not being attracted. To
I
each
feel
other.
like
So
I
they can
read
fuck people that just can't, each other that just can't love one another.
Well,
no, they can love. They just shouldn't have kids.
It's about intention. No, that's what happened with the. I feel like I've read multiple stories online about people who fall in love and then they find out they're half brother and sister.
I read a great one. I thought about turning into my first screenplay and spin. Like they didn't know, and then they found out. And like, yeah, y'all are under arrest. I'm like, we've never met one another. We met each other organically and happen to be related, and we have 3 kids.
Yeah, it should be just like no, Chris. You're thinking of Tromeo and Juliet.
No,
We
Romeo
just
and
spoiled
Juliet?
the ending for Tromeo and Juliet for
Oh,
everybody.
boy.
Shockmaster.
Perfect.
Sorry, that has never been pointed out to me. That was the perfect.
That is fucking Shockmaster. Oh, everyone Google Shockmaster WW. Was it WCW or WWF?
WCW.
WCW Shockmaster.
That is a
the shock.
that's a good some good YouTube content for Laser Time.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Their com thing is too big.
5 times Star Wars was wrestling.
I'm gonna write that up.
Don't do that. No, do it. I'll read it.
C3PO looks so awkward holding that thing. Like
Turns out not
That's-
meant to
that's a
ever
very-
hold anything.
that's a very bad jerk off.
Well, if you don't, I mean, if you can fit it there, that's
His wrist's a little limp, huh?
Come on, we'll never get out of here.
Limp wrists, light in the loafers. Something doesn't sit right with me about C-3PO.
Hey. I get,
He's the brains.
How does nobody ever
Wait.
fucking hit anybody in this fucking
way
hallway?
to pass the but yeah. She's the most accurate shot in the entire series.
She's still not very good.
not awesome.
yeah. Luke, you almost got killed there. It's great.
he almost
well.
got killed by the stock of his
Chewie
gun.
is like slowly moving, and he's such a big target in a straight hallway.
And he's
Alright.
stopping to yell.
In the mi-
I don't
on-
Jay, look, kicking his butt.
Zeb364 says C3PO comes with a glory hole. I believe it. You wouldn't believe where it is, though.
You won't believe where this robot's glory
The
holds.
back of his knee.
in its butthole.
Okay, so here comes a line that doesn't make sense. So, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's that far behind Luke. Crash, and then she says, "We already tried that." Like, no, you didn't. You didn't. You had no time to try that. He was like 4 seconds behind Luke.
No, it was probably her and Chewie.
So what? She had 30 seconds to try that.
To try what? Shoot the blaster?
To shoot walls.
Oh, I hope you guys like enhanced CG.
No, wait. We already tried that. It nearly kills them.
The movie should be over now.
See, he
only
said,
an hour
I
and
already
19.
tried that. He was 4 seconds behind him.
Maybe he did it as soon as he got down there.
As I was falling down, I shot the laser and it didn't work.
Possible.
Oh my god, shut up.
Shut up,
She
Siri.
doesn't follow your
So
plans.
here's 2 facts I found out from the IMDb that I didn't know before. First, about this scene. First off, that they only had one Chewbacca suit, and he's in water. And poor Peter Mayhew had to have a smelly Chewbacca costume the
Yikes.
rest of the shoot because of this.
Wow.
Like, they didn't have more than one.
That sounds like something I would have done. But
And then second,
This really freaked me out as a kid.
yeah, no, it
Oh,
still
this
sucks.
scared the
The
crap
weird,
out of
like,
me.
fucking terrified me.
The weird, like, stop motion-y weird thing
Oh,
of his
no, no.
eye.
Oh,
that
yeah.
eyeball, it
Oh,
sucks.
look at
That
that.
looks,
But
no,
no one
it
sees
looks
it.
great. It's just
Really?
creepy as hell. I think
Yeah.
it's. I don't understand
That
how.
scared the crap
Oh,
out
it
of me.
really was. And they can't see him now, so they're
Yeah.
just grasping. It's
So,
fucking terrifying.
yeah, it terrified me. Like, that's
In-
how you could drown.
in
Like,
ankle-deep water, though, I don't really
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, poor Chewie's so scared. But here's the second bit here. Mark Hamill stayed underwater too long. Actually popped a blood vessel in his face.
Oh,
and
God.
so from this scene in the rest of this shot, they only shoot him from one side because he has like a mark on his
my
face. the
God.
rest of
It
it.
looks like a fucking 1920s drunk.
Yeah, bozo.
A bozo, a real maroon.
Ugh, that water's
That's
so
what that insult
gross.
means. You know, I didn't know that until recently.
Can you imagine dropping something and but it splashes up back in your face, and now it's like in your glasses underneath.
Dianaga Sleaze
That's all.
Vagino.
Is that supposed to be like the sewer? Is that supposed to be big pee pee poo poo?
It looks like
So
people-
why is
What
Luke
about their
not?
trash compactor?
Why is Luke not throwing up? He just was like,
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
This
he
is
should
where
be
you-
vomiting now.
this is just where they throw away all the.
Oh, just let go of me, disappear. That's bad writing. I don't know. Just let go of me, disappear.
Well, it's because it knows the compactors.
I
are about to
knew
go.
that. How's that thing even? Okay, how's that thing even live in the compactors? It was just like a rat that hides in the
thing
corner.
Leia's touching?
This is where they throw away all the community
I don't have a
college
logic
sets.
problem with this part of it.
I guess so. So McSweeney's has this really great comedy piece about. It's an email from one Imperial officer to another about why they even have this trash compactor. It's like, we can just shoot this into space. Like, it's space. Let's just put the shit out there. We don't need a trash compactor.
Yeah, why are they compacting it?
That is
Yeah.
definitely an American attitude.
This is such a great movie. I mean, they have this because it's a
terrible.
perfect oldie movie death trap. Like, this is a Flash.
Yeah.
This is a Flash Gordon scene, if anything, is in this.
Well,
movie.
they
so
ma-
extremely terrifying to me as a kid.
I mean,
Oh,
we don't.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing: we don't know what they do with it after they compact it. They're in space, so they may need to recycle
Yeah, they might
these
have to recycle
materials.
it.
It's probably served to guys with 4 Jolly Ranchers.
So, there it is. Yep, that was the stormtrooper bonking his head on there. That one thing they didn't cut. They instead added a sound effect to it in the special.
Of course, they did.
The Dianoga.
And that fucking tricks them. They don't even leave. Like,
That guy's right.
a droid could never lie.
Michael Plaskett says this scene seems like a frustrating Sierra Adventure puzzle.
It really does.
Whoa, he just shit another leg.
Oh, oop.
Are you?
I love you.
Take it from me.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
You're boring me. Get out of here.
What a bad stormtrooper.
I gotta check my tiny Death Star. Get out of here.
Do they think droid? And also, the droid doesn't have an inhibitor chip on it, so he could just be lying. Droids lie all the time, man. 3 me out.
I don't think this junior college prop is gonna stop the compactor from closing. I do love when they're screaming in joy.
Sorry, I didn't recognize you, Master Luke. You didn't sound as masculine as before.
Whoa, buddy. Hey.
Ooh, hello.
Whoa, second time tonight.
Duh.
I do like
I
when
forgot
they're,
that line.
when they're screaming in joy and he's thinking they're dead.
Oh, I killed him.
It's pretty great.
He's gonna die covered in piss and shit.
You go out like you come in.
Quick, baby.
Kinky birth.
What a fucking
Hi.
idiot. 3PO.
Horty Falconer. Wait a minute, you're supposed to take him up for maintenance. You're not from this sphere.
3PO. Shut up. Shut up, all garbage man.
Oh, good point. Darth X. People are arguing over the pronunciation. Written or how to write C-3PO
That
and
set
R2.
looks so cool. Fuck.
You know,
And
in the
Darth
book,
X says, yeah, 3PO, THREPIO, and ARTOO are how they spell it
Yep.
out in the books.
in the comics and the novels, that's how they write it out phonetically. I believe.
That's annoying.
Oh, this is great.
That set looks so
That was
fucking
my
cool.
melody.
Yeah.
Look at that.
On my pole master.
Oh, so he's the sub. Okay.
It really makes me very happy to think of a child born 5 years ago liking this movie for any reason. I think it's still like it's not as fast as most movies.
Yeah, it feels more like a movie, whereas the prequels just they just bounce over the place
Yeah.
so fast.
They feel like films, you know.
Just real classy shit.
This is a movie. Those are films.
This seems so dangerous to me. Like
He's a Jedi.
It's scary. No,
It scared me
I know.
too. Actually, I was
Yeah.
my mom raised a real worrywart. I was the kid who
I had a lot
would
of
sit in the
anxiety
front.
about
That looks
I would sit in the-
dangerous.
I would sit in the front of the bus with the one seatbelt on, and then I would put my backpack on my front like an airbag. And if I was wearing a hat, I'd turn it backwards so the brim wouldn't hit my face if
And
we
you
were
were
to crash.
really confident that
I was
the
not-
future
Did
needed you.
Did your shirt say Wayne Computers? Or?
No, I was not well liked though. Believe it or not, they called me Safety Sam, even though there's doesn't have a curse word in it. It really hurt.
Yeah.
Snazzy one says, "Curse my metal body! I wasn't fast enough." Dirty Star Wars quotes.
So, a big coward. Oh, this is him acting like he told.
Should we come?
How does routine maintenance work in
Should
a
we
place full
come?
of bottomless pits?
Your worship.
You just
Well, we
said
feed it, we
Chewie.
worship it. other
Sarah
than that.
Tolan. Thank you for that.
That's mean.
Ooh, burn! I hate it when my girlfriend says that to me.
Here's another great fact about this film. It's they flew over to England coach to save money because they were worried they didn't want to spend too much in production. And her mother, Debbie Reynolds,
Yeah.
called George Lucas to complain to him, like, my daughter does not fly coach, she flies first class.
I'm playing a buffet in Vegas, so you better listen to me.
He's performing as a buffet in Vegas.
She's also fat. How about that?
Come on, man, that's not
Not
nice.
Debbie Reynolds.
That's not Debbie Reynolds.
We just
great.
lost her, right?
Dude, did you just fart?
Debbie Reynolds is still alive.
No, she's not. She died like 2 years ago.
No, she is.
She did.
No, I read a quote. She said something about Force Awakens.
She is dead.
All right, well, let's see who's right here. I'm going to
Yeah,
wiki
right.
this.
I can't.
You buy me a beer, I will buy you a Snapple.
Hey, we all love Snapple. Let's be honest.
No, we don't.
No,
Like peach Snapple. Like, let's all just thank you for agreeing that that's the best one.
no death date on here. Still alive. Age 83.
not correct. Not correct.
No, that just means we
Not
don't know
buying.
what date she died. She's gone.
Look, the first thing
She's
he
passed
saw
on.
said she was alive. So
This is Wikipedia, and
Yeah,
I believe
Frozen
that.
animation does
This
not
is a
count.
great scene. I love this.
You can't trust Wikipedia. I forget how people say that.
Yeah. Whoa.
dead, shot point blank
Yep.
with his armor in the chest. Like, if it can't deflect, what is the point? Just be naked.
I was just gonna say, why don't you just fight nude?
It'd be a better movie.
All right, here's
Yeah,
another
so
bit from the
They're
IMDb
fucking
page.
so slow. You can't run right. They're fucking.
That this
Run
shot,
away, he has depth perception, says Hampton.
this stunt here, they really
They
should have shot
don't.
them
They
that
don't
time.
run like trained soldiers at all.
No.
They run like people in costumes.
This has to just be like, who wants a free tuition?
That's also a bad. Yeah.
But then they don't train them. Like they don't.
That's
There's
also
no training.
That's also a terrible
it's a
door.
numbers game.
If you just shoot the panel on one side, you can never open the door again. That's the same as breaking the lock. Okay, so this bit here, where the dive across is no stunt people. It is really them, and they only did it once. They only did the
Yeah.
shot. This
Also
is one
terrified.
take.
These movies scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah, I still have a healthy fear of heights.
This
There's a
also-
Wilhelm scream, everybody.
This made me appreciate.
Right
Go on
down.
the crash pads.
This also made me appreciate the importance of grappling hooks. As a kid, I was like, I'll need a grappling hook.
To this day, you carry one on
Tierney-
your belt.
Tierney tweeted at us, Snapple is what good people drink when they're too good for regular tea and need a hashtag brand.
We all need a brand.
Hey, look, I mean, maybe VG Empire's your brand. I don't know. I mean, who could say?
Maybe gadgets.
I've been carefully curating the Chinspired brand for like 6 years now.
What a lucky throw that was.
Established 2000
For life. Yeah.
I really wanted to change my fucking Twitter handle, and I very earnestly asked people, like, "Oh, what do you think of @online humor for all?" And then some fucking dick made it and tweeted a bunch of garbage, and I messaged them like, "Please let me have it. I really like this name, and I
What's
took
it
a
worth to
long
you?"
time to think about it. I don't know. Someone fucking
Should've jumped on Kid Pussy.
They did. I know. At Kid Pussy. Follow my friend at KIDPUSSY. Someone who knew me well enough to like tweet things making fun of me.
The S's are 5s, though, so it's fine.
Huh?
Lasers.
Oh,
man, so
online humor
bad.
file?
I love that.
No, in Kid
That was
Pussy.
good.
Oh,
And it's foreshadowed as Indiana Jones role. Barely getting through doors.
That little hop over the door, like, would that door have crushed him? Like the
Probably.
actor Harrison Ford, is that what broke his leg doing that same thing? So this scene does carry a lot more meaning for
can't
us
get it
after
up.
seeing the prequel trilogy. They had real trouble, and like in the original version of this, the animation of a lightsaber turning on always looked bad.
Yes. No, it still looks a
did.
little awkward.
yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Well, they
Looks
made
like
it
the
too
Florida
good.
Gators are coming together to fight down the swamp.
So we have
Ah,
a
that's
75-year-old man and a half-robot man.
With no peripheral vision.
Tap, tap, tap.
It really looks fucking awful.
It's not a great.
Yeah,
Why does he
most of the
spin
moves-
around? What's the move
Well, so
for?
he can leave his spine open. Oh.
Look, it's not great choreography, no, but there's a lot of importance to this scene.
No,
Like,
yeah.
This is,
It's just bad. It's important, but it's bad.
Ben goes out like a punk.
He does look cool in that. Like his face looks determined and stuff.
Do you know how many dance songs I listened to as a teenager
basically
with
a
that
jihadi.
line in it? More powerful, more powerful, more powerful.
More.
You've heard it. You've heard it.
Yes.
I love it.
When I die, I get 72 virgins.
if any people in the chat can tell me, like, why does his body just disappear?
I don't, like-
Is there has to be a
Almost
canonical
every
reason
time I
for it.
watch it, I think like surely Ben's gonna come back in even more of a badass form later on. And never does.
Raptured.
Your lightsaber is losing power and looks like a tinfoil.
And he was swatting it like a bad cat.
From certain angles, that lightsaber just doesn't look right there now.
Is that still Space Jam or is that another one? That flavor. What is that I'm smelling?
What?
What is that? What is it? Is that Space Jam still? Or what am I
It's
smelling?
totally Space Jam.
It's got a nice whiff of jam.
Welcome to Slam. It's only slightly carcinogenic.
Ooh.
Is that the Truth Squad getting in your ear, man?
Yeah.
They tell you the truth.
So this was the only film where David Prowse did the Darth Vader's lightsaber fight too. For
Look at all these
Jedi and
beer
Empire,
kegs.
they put a trained swordsman in the suit, which is why the lightsaber.
Don't yawn at the first
too.
Star Wars.
Sorry. It's daylight savings, man. It's actually midnight here.
Yeah.
Is Vader really not
I
going to
know
swing?
what I'll do. As a tactic, I'll just die.
Time for me to die.
I'm telling you.
No.
I really like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's great,
That's
but he
genuine.
also,
That dude got shot in the dick.
Yeah.
What?
That's not how Jedis die. I was a Jedi and I know this.
Like,
Andrew Jacobs
I also
says
love him walking at the closing door. I think this is so fucking
Andrew
cool.
Jacobs says
Yeah,
he has
He's like kind of out of frame, and
It's
he's
like,
not.
hey, fuck it.
That's
Andrew,
cool.
Andrew
That's a cool
Jacobs
shot.
says he has a microbomb implanted in his chest so the Germans couldn't recover his parasites.
So here's another bit about this film.
Was he asleep?
They thought this movie was gonna bomb. They thought
Yeah.
that they barely put it in originally they didn't even plan on putting it in 40 theaters, but Fox got distributors to do that. And Lucas showed this is all from the IMDb page, but Lucas showed this to his movie director buddies. All thought it was bad, including Brian De Palma, who called it the worst movie he'd ever seen.
Brian De Palma, he knows what he's talking about.
But then
He'd only seen one other movie, I guess.
Mission to Mars.
but Steven Spielberg was the only one who was like,
The
"No, this is
2000
going to
one?
be a huge hit."
Oh.
Spielberg
Did it make
knew
his money
this
back?
Spielberg knew it would be a huge hit, but Lucas didn't have faith in this, and so he actually went on a vacation to Hawaii during the premiere. He
a
didn't
tradition
go to
for
the
him.
Premiere.
They should do a sequel, like a remake or something. I don't know.
When he went,
Did he
on-
name this after the Skywalker Ranch?
Guys, you're ruining my legitimate trivia with this.
Yeah, well, I also don't know much about this movie, so educate me.
Also, it's weird that Leia is comforting him, like, "I'm sorry your friend died. I mean, my whole planet, the entire
Yes.
planet I'm from is dead. But hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cheer up, Skipper.
Everyone I've ever met was just murdered.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, that old guy you just met in the desert.
Yeah, but
sucks.
your brand new friend just died.
She's also like, I knew way more about Kenobi than you ever did.
You know that place you go and shoot womp
Dude,
rats? Like 48
I
of
didn't
those
know
just
they had
died.
wired Xbox 360 headsets.
Yeah.
Oh, the future! Look at that great. I did love.
I
this
thought this
scene
was the
so much
fucking
as a
coolest
kid.
thing in the
Yeah, I
world.
still do.
It is. It was. That's great. Those costumes look sick as shit. I love it.
It's a very stupid joke, but I think it's funny in the Family Guy
Don't
one.
get
where-
penisy.
Yeah, don't get penisy.
It is a funny line.
Very funny. When you're not expecting it, don't get penisy, Chris.
Only if you know, but it only works if you're
Well,
an
if they-
autistic memorization of this scene to know. He says, "Don't get cocky."
And I
Jim."
am.
That's the thing
Me
is like
too.
I don't know how like my Star Wars fandom. I don't know how all this stuff stuck with me so much because I didn't watch this. Like
Come
I
on,
watched
baby,
it. I
all
watched
together.
it a lot for like 3 years,
Uh-huh.
and then didn't rewatch it much at all after that. But it's completely like each line. I'm like, yep,
Yep.
and all the weird names like Moma Nadon and Ponda Baba and all that crap. It's like why. Well, that's because of the toys. I think the toys is
Yeah,
what
I
really
think,
did it. Because I can't. I'm such a
I mean,
sucker
that
for
almost
toys.
sounds like you worked at a toy store or something.
Look, I mean, that's actually all pre Toys R Us. Because
I got one. I got him.
He's dead. I murdered a guy.
Get penisy.
There's a completely stationary target with like 4 jet fighters
It's
around it, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Can you guys hit him?" Fuck, I can't, man. They're just
I mean,
like,
we only have cutting edge.
Will you try to
Imperial
do that in the
technology.
modern Star Wars games? Try attacking an AT-AT while in a TIE fighter. It takes like 80 tries. I flew past it. It's going to take me 80 miles to turn around.
go on one of the sides where one of the 2 turrets isn't.
Yeah, go in the middle of the disc.
Like if 4 of them all fly at the same time, it can't. They can't
boom.
shoot him.
I love that explosion, and that's one of the few unenhanced explosions in
Yeah.
this damn thing.
That was good.
I love this hug. That's such a
Aw.
cute little. We did it! Yay! Hug.
It's a very anime
I'm
hug.
nothing. It's all your fault.
Goody myself.
I totally have to piss. Hold it down, guys.
I'm sure I'll find something to say. It works just as well.
Suddenly smells a lot better in here.
The Grand Moff Tarkin is so important in here,
footsie on
and
the
yet
table?
they couldn't write a scene for him in the prequels. Like they just put him. They put him in the
He
last.
has to piss, but took his vape with him.
They
Yeah.
put him in one of the
He
last.
can't be without it.
He can't. What if he was looking for?
What if he needs to vape while he's pissing?
Anyway,
What if for literally?
Imagine him just sitting on the can, having a nice long vape
I'm
while he
sure.
shakes hands
I'm
for
certain that is what happened.
But okay, the stuff with Grand Moff Tarkin that Grand Moff Tarkin really matters here. But he's nowhere in the prequels except like in one of the last scenes where they just seem to go like, oh yeah, this guy who's basically the entire leader of the only guy underneath the Emperor. We never had a scene with him. Well, let's put a CG Peter Cushing in here just to walk by.
And he's already old.
Yep.
And then 20 years later, after this point, he will still be in charge. There will be no coups, no movement at all. Nothing will happen. He's just still in charge.
You think Chris wakes up in the middle of the night and like reaches over for a drink of water and a suck of vape and it's just in the middle of the night and goes right back to sleep?
Well, I mean, I'm in the same
I do.
space. I keep my phone next to my bed at all times.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
always within hand's reach. And same with a comic book. So here's them basically saying to each other, like, hey, you want to fuck her? I kind of want to fuck her.
Let's
Yeah.
both fuck her together.
Oh, we could both want to fuck her.
Chris, did you vape at all while you were in the toilet?
I don't know why this is funny. I'm just going to keep vaping.
I just
Are
don't.
you Tindering right now?
I'm just. I saw I got new updates. I don't know. Just take a little peek. I gotta balance out this nerd shit.
Hey, I'm totally a guy who gets laid.
Yes.
Uh,
Like planets,
At Kid Pussy, folks. No.
nothing like
I
planets and
don't like
starships
that.
that dry
That's
up the
inspired.
I don't
pussy.
like that new shot.
I don't remember the one it
Actually,
replaced.
headphones on.
That? The same
Yeah.
shot again.
I mean, it's more
Stop
shots.
it, Castle
That
Blue.
Jabba scene, like, let's go back there real quick. That Jabba scene, he basically repeats multiple lines he says to Greedo. Like, it's a
Yes.
redundant
Yes.
scene,
Yeah.
too. It's
I'll get you the money.
That's cool looking.
Indiana Jones at Tokyo Disney.
That's what it looks like.
That was a great ride, man. So,
And Nick B says, I'm getting laid right now. Right now.
No, you're.
You know how straight I am?
Watching a Star Wars commentary.
I love these.
I'm so
physi-
straight. I'm jerking off to Princess Leia as I watch it.
So that's Jimmy Smith's all grown up. That's
Is it really?
Yeah, it's her dad.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I mean, the guy who raised
What's
her.
his name? Joey Organa?
Bail Organa.
Boom, with a fucking leaf probe.
That's how you charge a droid. Eh?
Right
Or
there.
no, that's a USB. That's the equivalent of a USB drive.
And
one.
here we go. Is the Xbox loading.
Wow.
Your Atari 2600 has arrived.
Though, when you see graphics like that, and then you play the original Star Wars arcade game with wire
Yeah.
graphics, like it really fit. You're like, wow, I
Yeah.
am in this movie.
Yeah, it's cool.
Why don't they just shoot
Can
the
you have-
moon
what the
first?
fuck wipe was that?
I fucking hate his stupid wipes.
What was that, the
George Lucas is
Argyle
such a
wipe?
dipshit whenever he wants to transition. Just transition like a normal director.
It was many moons ago I was appointed.
I
What?
just want to like dub this over with
Man, Nathan Fielder's not happy.
like dub this over with Leslie Nielsen's speech. Not Leslie
Nathan's
Nielsen.
Video season 3 has been amazing.
I've not
hot-
seen
oh
any
my
of it.
fucking god! It's
The Hot
amazing.
Shots briefing.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
He's
Uh,
just like
Yeah, that guy who.
No, Lloyd Bridges.
Lloyd Bridges, his briefing in Hot Shots. Just dub that over with this. In exactly 10 hours, we will storm the enemy toast.
Was I the only person who, as a kid, was like really obsessed with the fat guy who dies?
Porkins. Yeah,
Porkins.
love
I thought about
Porkins.
Porkins a lot.
I
I don't know why.
almost.
I wanted to see his story.
When I realized it was not worth it, I almost bought a Porkins bust that they had on sale. at Comic-Con.
Ampetent says, "Oh, Professor, will this be on the exam?"
Snazzy one. I sometimes
Is there
lay
any-
out Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues when I watch Star Wars, just so people remember I'm a man who likes women.
TJ Sarsaparilla calls him Space Twain.
I'm sexting right now as we watch.
Man, all these guys are ugly.
Is there any expanded fiction?
They're all
about-
British.
Is there any expanded fiction about Porkins?
Porkins?
I'm sure there is.
Yes,
Not like no real official expanded fiction.
I'm sure there is.
Oh, yeah.
It's
At this
it's
point?
called Porkins' Revenge.
See, I love when he says it's not much different than shooting womp rats. Like that, all the other trained pilots are like, "Well, I'm glad you on your little shithole shot rats with a plane, but these are X-wings."
Nuka-Cola
buddy."
says there's plenty of parody Porkins trailers out there on YouTube. What do you, Sam?
He wants the real story.
I want a
not
fucking Porkins novel.
Star
Well, it's
Wars
probably
tales.
not canonical.
I want to know how did he get that fat?
In space. It's not even.
especially on Rebel Alliance rations. Like they
Yeah.
just have limited food.
This is also a good time.
He has a metabolic problem. He has a thyroid issue.
Michael Plaskett mentioning a good time to remember that FF adopted Wiggs and
Biggs
and Wedge.
Yeah, Biggs and Wedge. Yeah.
as recurring names for
So,
FF games.
Are those full of money? Are those full of gold press latinum or whatever? Like,
I think that's his military style 360.
but so he's got all this money. Why can't
The
why
Halo
doesn't
3 one, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure there's an explanation in the expanded universe stuff, but why didn't he pay Jabba with this money? He has all this money. You just fucking pay him.
Wasn't it that he was going to go back and then decides I got to go help Luke, and then he can never get back because they get sidetracked. But it's like,
they've got 2 years.
Couldn't they
They
just
got-
like wire Jabba the money? Like, is there no
guess
is there
there's no
no way to
space wiring.
exchange credits except physical? Is this like a gold standard thing?
he's like,
They don't have
gangster-
credits?
Isn't he like a gangster though? He doesn't.
This
want-
is Glenn Beck's
Yeah, but
Future
like-
Man with
I
the
don't
gold
wanna-
standard.
Ron Paul fantasy.
Whatever.
Yeah, you don't believe any of that bullshit. Thanks, loser.
Man, he doesn't even say anything back. That's cold.
I love those physical.
Man, that low V. He's really showing off that chest. I want to kiss him. Jeez.
I love those
Handsome.
physical ships, like the ships that.
Yep.
Just kidding, bros.
Yep, we've
Just
done this
kidding.
every day. Put him in the
Christmas
fucking hole.
Joshing.
Just these real, like they built a real X-wing. I just love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That-
It's real. It flies.
Well, that's what I love seeing the set pics from Force Awakens. Like, yep, they built real ships.
Yeah.
Or I mean,
That's-
things that look like the real ships.
Luke has such a virgin haircut.
They're both just
No girls ever looked down to a guy going down there and saw that before. Saw that haircut.
In 77, maybe.
It does look like
maybe.
a hair dick.
If the expanded universe doesn't count, then Luke's never had sex either. Like that's
Why? Wait. Why does it count?
You're saying that like Womp-Rats
well
on that
because
pussies.
he got a wife in the expanded universe. They made up.
He's jerking
Didn't
off.
you read in the
Womp
Thrawn
Rats.
trilogy that there was
Oh,
about
organic
another lady
fleshlight?
who he married her?
I thought you meant before this movie.
Oh,
Like he somehow got laid before this movie.
I don't know. I guess Anakin. I don't know.
He is the
Anakin-
best Bush pilot.
He went to yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, so here's a fact here about Big. No, that's Big's Wedge. When are they gonna show Wedge?
Is that fucking what's his name's uncle? or
No,
something?
that's Wedge. Is
Sounds like a porn
Wedge.
star.
Wedge Antilles, who is the same actor in all 3 films. That is Ewan McGregor's uncle,
That's so neat.
who would go on to.
I was
play
standing around
Obi-Wan.
England when they were casting the film.
I was just a stage actor, and they said somebody should sit in a spaceship.
Somebody should read dumb lines about firing things.
Do they have jacking off in this universe?
I would hope so.
They better.
When he gets stressed out,
I wonder they're wound so tight.
like
God, we gotta
constantly save
the universe.
I was just thinking, like, does it like Obama on like Air Force One ever during an important meeting just be like, I gotta go clear my
go
fucking head. Just
rub
give
one
me,
out
give me like
absentmindedly.
7 minutes to
I
go.
don't know.
and-
That's why he looks. That's why every president ages so much because
because they can't
jerk
come.
off.
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to
They
jerk
don't
off
have
when
a
you're
free
president.
moment to do it. They just
I
don't.
would
I
love to
imagine
help
that-
decide foreign policy, but I gotta get the poison out.
That made me snort.
Horny snake bit my balls.
A regular
Seriously,
flashlight's
though,
not
like-
going to work.
Yeah.
Andrew Jacobs says, "Don't even assume they have penises."
So that's cleaned up a bit. Michael,
Shut
crazy?
up!
What is the What is the X-wing doing right
The
now?
Force will be with you. Cut it up on K-Rod!
That's another one of those change up. There were maybe like 4
Nice shot.
ships in the original shots there.
It's
This
sad
is a cool
because
looking set.
yeah, that's pretty great.
I mean, there
Sucks to
should
be
be more
UI wing.
X-wings. There should be more X-wings in that shot. They wouldn't send like 6 of them there.
yeah. Well, like you see these X-wings.
Whoa, that was in the original, right?
See,
That doesn't look great. That does not look great.
Man, that was like their lead shot in the trailer.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
they were
yep.
showing off.
I bet
all
that
the
looked
things.
great in '97.
Yeah.
It
Sure did. We were all so
Did.
excited. We were applauding.
Playing Rebel Assault on PS1.
There it is.
Yeah, Porkins.
I want Nutter
There,
Butter
that
standing
was
by.
Wedge
Standing
there.
by Nutter Butter.
Standing boy.
Wedge was in all 3 movies. One of the very few actors to be in all 3.
Why are
three
they?
or all
Boy, I
six.
hope I don't die.
Oh,
No,
6?
he's not in all
Okay.
6.
Why are they S foils
Ugh.
if it's an X-wing?
Anthony Daniels, and Kenny Baker are the only 2 to be in every film.
Kenny Baker is in the new one?
Yep, he's in the.
Is he BB-8? Just rolling around there
No,
getting
he's-
sick.
The most
Boy.
dated thing about this is like the facial hair and like
Yeah.
like
Haircuts, too.
Porkins just
and the
needs like.
haircuts.
I want no one piloting a ship who's not jowly. I repeat, jowly pilots.
Well, their chin step really enhances the chin.
yeah. This is such a like the best one of the best shots of
Ugh.
of movies ever.
Molto bella.
you could cut that.
No, this I loved playing the GameCube launch game Rogue Assault, Rogue Squadron.
Squadron,
Yeah, it starts with this level, and there's no better level than this one. I could just replay this level like 80 times.
Yeah,
just shooting all the shit, like just shooting the turrets. Not even.
And finally getting that sense of like
It looks pretty good still.
Red Rom standing by, says Keela.
like the N64.
Red Foreman standing by, says Odie Falcon and Nuclear. Red Robin standing by. Red Fox, yada yada, Michael Basket. Big Red standing by. R.I.P. Porkins.
I forgot turbo lasers. That's a really dumb word.
Turbo Laser sounds like someone you'd fight on American Gladiators.
He's like wiping coke off his nose.
Helps me focus, man. Helps me focus.
God, fucking Porkins has the worst facial hair. Just shave it or grow a beard. Fucking neck beard. Glad he's dead.
I got it. I can hold it. Right above it. Ah!
So Golden Corral, I love them.
I love just the way they exploded that on the actor.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're gonna explode shit behind you, man.
Ironically, in the end, he was barbecued. Like so many pork ribs before him.
And Camel 99 Red Balloon standing by.
Poor Porkins,
Too
he has to
small
be
for
the
Red
first.
Fox
I
anyway.
forgot Porkins was the first to die of the entire Red Squadron.
Turbo Bison Lasers, I got you, Caleb. He's not here, so fuck him.
Was his name
Love
really
you, Travis.
Porkins, or is that what everyone calls him?
No, they just call it. Well, no, I believe
I
it
didn't
is
see Porkins.
officially Porkins because that's the name on the.
Is that his given name, or?
I think so. Here, I'll look
It's
it up.
Porkins McSlot Buddy.
Esquire.
The fifth.
No pussy Porkins.
Porkins.
Ironically, someone named Porkins obviously didn't pork.
Turbo Laser Time is how we should enhance the show when we announce the new edition.
Yep, Jack Tono Porkins. That's his full name.
Jack.
I'm sure nobody called him Jack Tono.
J-E-K Jack Tono T-O-N-O Porkins.
Why didn't that name get left on the fucking?
Darth Ender X, we hear you. Yeah, you got it. Jack Tono Porkins. Just so you know, Darth Ender X had it right. That's Star Wars in his name.
Jack Porkins was a trader and trader and pilot from Bespin 4, who, along with the other Bestines, was forced to abandon his homeworld when the Galactic Empire. Wow, there's a lot of.
Of course there
Is
is.
this this from a book, and where can I buy it?
Yeah, of course.
He's from Destin, Florida, I think is where he's from.
I can't shake
He's
it.
from Earth. Jack Tono, what's his name? Jack Tono Porkins.
Is Jack Tonlo.
Tovlo Porkins.
I want to see what happens.
He's the one character from Earth.
Maverick!
Porkins from Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh man, I wonder if in that
Porkins
Red
McSlot
One,
Buddy.
I wonder if that Red One movie we're gonna get some background on Porkins in the new
Rogue
canonical
One?
background on Rogue One. Yeah.
Played by Paul Blart Mall Cop. This summer, Porkins gets his. Can he keep? This scene is so fucking cool.
Oh my
God,
freaking
that was so
empire!
great.
And then they were
So
just,
good.
and then this is just like a
little
camera
tiny
on
camera.
a stick.
Yeah.
They just moved a camera on a
That's
stick.
the coolest shit.
Man, all these pilots are fucking ugly.
Again,
They all
British,
enjoy
be
it.
sensitive. We have UK participants.
I haven't
here.
seen their teeth, but
Why
their
am I-
faces are fucking
How are
ugly.
there speed bumps in the Death Star?
Oh, here's Porkins' legacy.
Yeah, it's the turbulence from all the air.
Porkins Legacy. That is a forum name available right now.
That's which Star Wars game? How many colons
Oh
are?
God, it's so nerdy.
A holographic memorial to Porkins, along with the other pilots killed, was installed in the Great Temple following the battle.
Of course it was.
And he was
R.I.P.
included in the Rogue
Porkins.
Squadron Memorial. His actions during the battle also got him awarded posthumously the Kenobi Medallion.
God.
So that's a big risk that
That mask
Vader's
looks
taking.
sick.
Vader's like, "Yep, I'm
I got
the
this."
third most important person, and then one of only 2 Sith Lords in the universe. But I'm gonna fly the spaceship. Just gonna fly the spaceship around here with everybody shooting lasers.
So cool though.
Target, stay on target.
We only paid you to say it
God.
once.
You guys are fucking
Loosen
nerds.
up. Relax already.
What?
Oof.
I lost Tango, lost Cash.
The gamer behind.
No motherfucking shit. Nope.
He's like way too. She's like, oh,
Look at those
shouldn't he be
sideburns.
like freaked out
Damn.
instead of just like a
Trim
little
those
bit bummed?
sideburns, buddy. That is such a British look. Like that's British 76 all over. Man.
Like Mr. Burns, trim
Oh.
those sideburns.
I came up from Whitechapel to tell you this, Mr.
Oh.
Tolkien.
Who did Mr. Burns tell the term of sideburns? Was it Daryl
Don
Starberry or
Mattingly.
Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly?
He's still better than
Sideburns.
Steinbrenner.
Didn't Abe Simpson
Holy
love-
shit! Look at that fucking
Wow.
Shire asshole over there.
That guy's got a real fuck stash.
That's not your man.
Copy cash for gold leader.
You copy that? It's my money and I want it now?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ugh.
Should be able to see by now.
This guy's delivery is the best. That guy's the biggest
He's
nerd.
There's
unshakable.
too much interference. I say that.
Yes, with my visual fucking radar.
Ooh.
Boop, boop.
Few seconds. Finishing this donut.
Porkins is dead already.
Almost there.
Oh god, Vader's got nitrous.
Yes, this is basically the end of Fast 7 now.
I regret nothing. Stole that from someone in the chat. Sorry. And then
I can't shake him. Oh, can't hold him. Sorry.
We're being chased by members of Slipknot.
I like that half hitting it does fuck up the Death Star. It's like, whoa, we feel that all over the ship.
it's like an earthquake in space.
It didn't go in. That's what she said.
It just
Oh,
impacted on the surface.
Back to pussy.
Oh shit, he's almost gonna kill his son.
I've never had a girl say that. Just a heads up.
Yeah,
very,
just-
very
oh,
good set.
God,
Good in bed.
Maybe I wouldn't know, but then Sexer isn't really about her.
Oof.
Ooh. Is he okay?
Yeah,
He's
One
fine.
last orgasm before he died.
He's dead.
It's all up to me.
Just shoot the moon and then shoot Yavin 4. You don't gotta wait to get around the moon.
Tokyo Space Drift. Jason Walsh. Darth
All right.
Diesels is Jamie Carrera.
Oh god, that mustache too.
Copy red
Just like Butters
Shit,
family.
pussy juice.
That reference there to Just Like
Oh,
Vegas
we're doing it
Candy Back
again.
Home assumes that we know that him and
Whoa.
Biggs are from the same place, but they cut that scene early on.
I live my life a quarter parsec at a time.
Pedal
Let
to
me
the
work out
metal.
those
Do it to the
followers
max.
How about you shoot the tower, Luke? How about you try that?
Tower 7's already scheduled to go off. Automated
It was
controlled
going
demolition.
down- yeah, it's a controlled demolition. He didn't shoot it.
Don't worry about Tower 7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The targets are already set.
I was getting mad at Luke for not shooting him, but that's because R2 needed to fix something. Ooh.
0.3 what?
This segment is still great. The sequence is still great.
So, as people pointed out not too recently, that the part it's not the Millennium Falcon that saves the day. Really, it's the guy fucking up after getting shot. The guy on the right
Oh, yeah.
runs into Vader's ship after he gets shot at, and so he is the one who saves the day.
Does he have a backstory?
I'm sure he does. Well, he
Why
explodes.
didn't you just make R2 do that before?
This is Luke's first run in it. He's never flown an X-wing before.
Why did they let him do that again?
They needed all the able
I've got a
pilots they
family!
could get. Well, oh, poor Biggs. His best friend.
Still not
dead.
as
Again, he
as
seems
important
way
as
too
one.
calm. He should be like freaked out.
Hey, that's his forces flowing through him.
All right. God, music is so good.
Boop, boop.
Ooh, so intense. Dun, dun, dun,
Turning that little
dun, dun.
knob.
My Atari Polaroid is getting closer.
This whole music build-up is so good.
It's so
Who's
fucking
the
incredible.
full?
Wait, does his HUD have like a Millennium Falcon icon on it when the targeting computer is going?
Let's see it again.
Well, he's gonna put his computer away. Shouldn't that be like a revelation to him of like, wait, the
We
force
should all
is,
put our
the force
computers
is
What's
strong?
the thing?
I don't know. I guess
Like-
he probably in his days maybe he meets like four or five people who are like, yeah, they could have been a Jedi if Jedi.
Maybe
still
here's
existed.
a voice in his head from everybody he meets because he only knows Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Traumatized by the murder of his family.
What's that, Mom?
He's an 18-year-old who just witnessed his two living family members murdered.
What's that lady bending over at the grocery store?
Oh, poor R2. His head
gonna drop the
exploded.
base.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Does anybody want to get out of here? Or
Also, isn't it
What are they trying to do again?
there's our artist rendition of the planet exploding.
Also,
we think
Wait,
it might
remind
look
me what the
like.
Death Star is trying to do again? I forgot.
blow up Yavin 4.
Why?
Because that's where the rebels are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so
I
they want
have
to
you
kill the
now.
good guys. Okay.
Have you now?
boom.
He already shot though.
What? Woo!
Lens flare.
Oh, such a great moment. Look out. See, he
Oh.
fucks it up. Him getting scared by the Millennium Falcon is what does it. Clear, kid. Let's blow this thing and go home.
Bump, bump.
And magnetic
Perfect.
torpedoes that should have worked from any distance.
I love that sound. It's so good.
So the place would only blow up if they tried to shoot. That's a new shot. Not great.
And thousands of people die.
Oh, that ring. That ring is the
See,
worst.
I only know it with the ring, so
I don't
really
mind the
bother
ring
me.
that
No,
much.
I
The ring
hate
doesn't bother
that
me.
ring.
I don't mind it.
Ugh. The
Scared of commitment.
second Death Star blows up with the same ring. I hate it, man.
Oh yeah, there's the second Death Star.
Oh,
I haven't seen.
so
I haven't
always
seen
be with
the
you.
5 and 6 in so long.
Yeah.
Remember, Luke, we all live in a yellow
Yeah, I guess I'll
submarine.
just fly around in space for a few hours.
He's got to be like, like, fuck.
I'm in big trouble.
I was on that thing
Michael
until
Platt.
like 10 minutes ago.
Michael
This is
Plaskett
my
says Darth
fault.
Vader. What, Mr. Burns? Yes. What? Yes.
You know what? Actually, I say Luke never got laid, but obviously he probably
Oh,
like
look
got
how he touched
so
her. He just, like,
much.
fucking-
Hold on. Nuka-Cola says before he
Look how they
died, you
touched
see
his
the
hand,
ring.
too. Wow. I think all three of them fucked after that.
No, I bet all of them could just write their own ticket to be like, oh yeah, you know who blew up the Death Star? The three of us.
Oh.
Let's get down.
Sweet. My R4 card's still
Or
here.
R2. Glad to donate that. Yeah, that's cute. 3PO. Anyway, hey, party time!
Go back to slaving.
We're all friends. You're not invited.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, as people pointed out not too long after this film came out, that this scene is pretty much shot for shot a remake from the Triumph of the Will, like from the
Jesus.
like.
Leni Riefenstahl.
Oh, they changed up that stuff. That looked.
Oh,
way
yeah, I
worse
knew that
before
right
those
away.
dudes. But yeah, this is from the Leni Riefenstahl film, the walk in the award ceremony, like, and I think it was a purposeful move.
If not,
Dorito Killer says the scene
number
without-
one, it's got to be in my top three.
Dorito Killer says this scene without the music is amazing.
Oh, that is
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I do love that.
It's just dead silent.
It's a great-
I did have to watch that movie in film school.
It's
Right.
all fucking
Oh,
Kevin
no,
Arnold voiceover.
I mean, it's an important.
I didn't
part.
realize it at
so-
the time, but this was the greatest medal I'd ever received.
I want to hear this with like golf commentary over it though.
Ooh,
So,
Han
did
Solo
you
bends
guys,
down.
God, she looks
Ooh,
pretty.
good.
do you guys
Jesus
remember
Christ.
from the MTV Movie Awards when Chewie finally got
Yeah.
his medal? That was a great moment. It was like
Suggestive wink from Han Solo.
it was like '95,
Yeah.
and Carrie Fisher finally presented Chewie with his medal to make up for skipping him over here. Why did? Yeah.
I shall bed both of you.
So for a rebellion, we are remarkably well funded and have halls and awards.
I got
And
time to have a war. That's what I also like in the Princess Leia book. It starts
Right
right,
here.
after this. Like it's her giving the speech. Like, and yeah, it really sucks everybody died on Alderaan, but hey, the Rebel Alliance keeps going.
Ugh.
Chewie gets the last line though.
very good, Chewbacca.
In
Very
the-
well.
Fucking dumb hats.
And one for your dog.
All of their hats are so dumb.
In the
And Poochie's here too.
in the silent version. Yay!
The last time we'll ever be excited by that line.
Yeah.
Written and directed by George Lucas. Thank you, everybody, for
Fun
joining
time.
us.
That was good the whole way through, unlike any of
We
those.
will be
prequels.
doing Empire at the end of the month.
Yep, because we got to
Um,
double up to get done with the trilogy before December 17th.
Yeah, what's the next
obviously.
one?
That's the Empire Strikes Back.
No, the next movie.
Oh, the next movie is Rocky IV.
Rocky IV on its anniversary.
The bestest Rocky.
It's
Wow.
really good.
It is
so
great,
much fun.
But
Which one has Hogan in it? I forget.
that's
That's-
three.
that's
He's-
three.
It's
Thunder
Thunderlips.
Lips.
Yep. Which is a recreation of a moment with that Andre the Giant in the real life Rocky had.
With a real boxer.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
story for another day. Oh god, this music! But no
Empire's the
Imperial
best.
March in this film
Please
because it
join
didn't
us.
exist yet.
It's nice that so many people are hanging in here with us. But thank you so much for joining us. This has been Monday Night Movies.
Hey,
Yeah, the chat was really fun this time.
What?
want to follow me? You know, I'm on Twitter.
He's on Twitter, huh?
@Chinspired. I could use some
Okay.
followers. Really could use some. I've been on a constant dip since the last time I was on these podcasts.
Ooh, yeah.
Seriously, I was at 2250 3 years ago, and now at 1950.
Now you know what my life is like. Anyway, we've been Monday Night Movies. Sorry that the sound is out of sync at this point. Later, guys. We will see you
May the
next
force be
Monday.
with you.
May the force be with you. Let me give you one of those. How about that? Good night, everybody.